It's time for the shop report with
Barbershop Jay.
What up, sports fans? Welcome to the Shop Report. I'm Barbershop Jay. I'll be your host for the day. Here's what's happening. Of course, we want to remind you the Shop Report is brought to you by Rocket Digital Media. It's the one-stop shop for all your digital marketing needs. You can look them up on Facebook at RDM Detroit. That's 1D, 2E's Detroit. Or you can slide on over to the website, rocketdigital.net. That's ROCKIT digital.net. Make sure when you're there, while you're there, you tell them the BSJ sent you. And for my folk out there in TV land, if you want to leave your questions or comments during today's program, by all means, please do so. And we will throw it up on the screen. And y'all know what's coming next. If you're one of them folks that wants to leave a question or comment that's indignant or ignorant in nature, it won't be seen on this screen. Matter of fact, here's what you'll get.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
With that being said, I'm going to give him his intro, even though he's here, but he's not here. He's handling some technical difficulty type business on the other end right there. But I'm just going to say, Double J, I hope you're with us right now. No, not as of yet. Well, I'm still going to play his intro, though, y'all. Here we go. That's Double J, baby. Tell the people what you say. Even though he ain't here right now. But anywho. Until Double J get back into some of the other folks that was going to be here, supposed to be here till they show up, y'all just J solo right now, okay? It's all to the GO. We got a lot we want to get into for y'all today, or excuse me, get into with you all today. Man, let me get myself a button right out the gate. We got the, okay, shout out, here's my man D Gully, all right, D Gully from the CO bus. I'm glad you could join us. You understand what I'm saying? It's all good. I was gonna play your intro. It's the IT guy. Me. It's the IT guy. I don't know why. Yeah, it's all to the GO. Double J is taking care of something that's going on right before we came on live or whatever it is. There's some copyright infringement type stuff that popped up.
What?
Yeah, not from us. Not from us. So he's handling the situation. So he's in-house, ladies and gentlemen, but he's off camera taking right now because again, yeah, he's taking care of house. Exactly. Okay. But anyway, we got a couple of items on the menu.
Intellectual property. It's at least giving some. Ooh, I almost swore on the program.
Hey, slow down there, Kimosabi. Slow it on down, man. This guy right here, man. Man. Hey, don't come on. He's gonna pop in and pop out being a party pooper. Anyway, let's get the show started. Can we get the show rolling? We got a nice couple items on the menu for y'all today. We're going to talk a little bit of actually Shedeur Sanders. Well, that's the big story in the NFL. Mm-hmm. I mean, you know, now that the NFL draft done came and went, it seemed like it took forever to get here, didn't it?
Yeah, we've been a little busy with other stuff, though.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know who we is because I'm not from France or French fries and lay it down. But anywho, yeah, Shedeur is the story that came out of the draft. There was a couple of little mini stories or whatnot. But Shedeur obviously is the biggest story. And then, of course, we got that NBA playoff update. Man, this first round so far has kind of been a knockdown. It's better than the All-Star game, I'll tell you that. Okay? Yeah, But anywho, let's get the show started. But first, we got something else we're going to ask y'all a question about. Hold on there. Did I hit the button right? Man, oh my gosh. Twice. Man, what's going on? Huh?
Yeah,
what'd you say?
Twice.
Double J, are you okay now?
Nope. Double J still not okay.
I'm not. I'm gonna be frustrated about this for a while. That's
okay.
All.
Well, you can't do but one thing at a time. So sometimes you have to be. I get it. It's on your mark, get set, go. But right. Not all the times, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Not if you ain't got no run flats and you're in, in cactus land.
Do my tires and they gotta be running flat. Let me show you something. Rookie, push that button. The truck went, and all of a sudden, 415s didn't see no wires. And then I heard boom from the amplifier. Boom, 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 boom. All right, sorry, my bad.
Hey, you know what? You know what, man?
Got everything in
y'all need to check.
thing.
Y'all need to check well, Gully, shout out to you for doing that.
Yeah,
it took Jubba J out his
Jubba J. Oh, that's right. That's right. That's right.
You know what I'm trying to
say?
You
gotta change our names for the show. That's right.
No, you ain't gotta change your name.
No,
that's whatever your name is
forgot.
what your name's supposed to be on there. Leave it alone, bro.
No,
just leave it alone.
Anywho,
like I said, we're gonna talk some Shedeur and NFL draft and all that other good stuff. And then
good. This put me right in the mood for this. All right, fantastic.
Okay, well, anyway, but up first, I should say. All right, yeah.
Which one?
Why are now?
It ain't that one.
Okay, so I'm supposed to be the monkey with the cymbals clapping my hands. And don't listen. And if anybody say anything about gorillas and people and how many, I'm telling you, I'm disconnecting everybody's mics right now. I'm not entertaining that kid, a gorilla, 200 man. Stop it, man. Cut me in and cut yourself out. Anyway,
someone did an AI model of it.
I knew that was coming. Yeah, I knew that was coming. Yeah. Anyway, like Rondo once said, here we go. The film is the answers to the test. Okay, so it's the reason why I use the eye test. Yeah, Rondo said that. Film study is the answer to the test. Okay, why everybody want to use Pythagorean theorems and all of that to try to figure out why a team's taking L's. But anywho, we're going to get into some of that and all of that. But I do want to know, even though the NFL draft and the NBA playoffs is in full swing and it's going down, the NHL playoffs on the other side of the street over there is going down too. And there's been some nice little hefty situations. You know what I'm saying? The Washington Capitals, shout out to them, you know what I'm saying? Doing they 1, 2, 4, 5, 9. But I got a question because I don't get a chance to watch a lot of hockey here lately. And I never understood, why are rodents thrown on the ice during games, like at certain times in the game? It's like at a certain juncture that, it's like common knowledge, it's like a tradition, I guess, of some sort. And I saw that. I know the hat trick. I know what that's for. Right?
Yeah, and the one player, if you are the octopi, if you want to call it that, for Detroit.
What you mean occupy?
Octopus. They would throw those on the.
Here we go. Anyway,
in the ice. No. Detroit, like you saying, throwing stuff. Legit.
Oh, right. That's right. Double J. In Detroit, they throw the octopus. Right? Is that what he's saying? That's what he's sitting there saying. Okay. Yeah. See, I'm not.
That's what he's saying. That's what he's sitting there saying.
You think
oh man, don't start. Hey, don't.
Mike Jackson song the way that was.
Hey, Mama say, Mama Samu Makusa. Right. Hey man, it's don't disrespect your elders week. Just want to let y'all know.
All right, keep sipping that water. Did you take your vitamin?
A cool, refreshing drink. Oh, bro, my Metamucil.
Didn't take long.
My Metamucil levels is. my Metamucil levels is even, baby. I'm good to go for about another 18 minutes. Then it's pew pew. Anywho, why? Can somebody tell me why? Why do they throw the rodents on the ice?
You know it, Double J?
Yeah. So originally there was a rodent that was.
Hold on. What you mean? Do he know it? And you the one leaning forward. 5-head Jackson Hole self over there. Go ahead, Double J. Go ahead and finish.
Drop the top on that ball cap. Drop the top on it. Drop the top on the ball cap.
Listen,
drop the top on the ball cap. Talk about my 5-head. Drop the top on the ball cap.
Hey, listen. Go ahead. I don't have to. I'll be the first one to tell anybody want to see.
He's kind of got the Black Album going on, don't he?
Yeah. Whatever. Call it what you want to. But I'm telling you right now, I'll show. I don't have no problem showing my cradle cap. Okay. Yeah, I got an AARP card. Absolutely, I do. Yeah, absolutely.
Man, I threw that in the spam. Is that were you doing that? Sending me that?
No, I wasn't. I don't spam nobody. I don't have to spam
25% off.
I don't. Maybe 25% off depends or something. But other than that, I ain't spam nobody. But go ahead. What was you saying?
Yeah, so it was from in the mid '90s. Scott Mellenby was, of course, a player for the Florida Panthers. He had hashtagged that rodent, a rodent that was in the locker room with the stick. He ended up scoring 2 goals with that same stick. So it was then coined a rat trick. And a hat trick.
Oh, so that's where it comes from?
And that was the origin.
Oh, wow. And I don't even know. I don't know what I was watching. No, I was watching some sort of ode to Wayne Gretzky or something, I think, or whatever. Who just broke his record? I should know this. Ovi. Right. And they, of course, playing the Wayne Gretzky, ESPN is doing their thing and all of that. And brought back some of them. Gretzky was a bad boy. I mean, sure. But one of the games, somebody played something, they threw rats on the ice, and I was like, yeah, I hadn't seen that in a while. You know what I mean? I don't know how often that happens, you know what I mean? But it's sort of like in baseball, they got the 7th inning stretch type of deal, you know what I mean? I thought that was kind of like something that they do at like the second intermission, after the second intermission or something, whatever it is. I didn't know it was because of that. But okay, then instead of a hat trick, it's a so the hat trick is no longer a thing?
No, it is, but in
that instance, they just wanted to have something to do or whatever it is.
Right.
Oh, okay. Well, let's keep the show rolling. Let me give y'all another button. We're gonna do this one more again. Oh, Snappy Do ice cream, cookies, and cake, baby. You understand me? It's going down, gang. All right. So, as we said a little bit ago, the NFL draft came and went. Pew, pew. Double J, we're gonna start with you just to ask this question. What about the NFL draft is like your one mention? Yeah, give me one. Your one mention
out of anything
of the NFL draft, the 3-day weekend. Give me the one thing that's basically that stood out to you. Come on, help me. Oh my God, let me take a sip. I see it's gonna be that kind of night. Whew, man.
Politics as usual.
Yeah, business is so. Are we just gonna
address
the elephant in the room, bro? Like we just
like who? So who, me?
I mean, we got that's like the gorilla thing you were talking about all over again.
Okay, well, anyway, then let me just start asking questions then. In regards to Shedeur Sanders, okay, because that's really like the after the draft was over with. I don't even know who Mr. Irrelevant was this year because it was all the talk was about Shedeur and what Mel. This is the first time I seen Mel Kiper's hair must. Okay, he was ticked. Okay, Mel was pretty ticked. Okay. Did Sanders, because there's a lot of people on both sides of this thing, why he failed, why he shouldn't have failed, and so on and so forth, right? It's kind of like even Steven, we should have probably did a poll. But I mean, it begs the question: did Sanders get the short end of the stick after all of this is said and done?
By comparison to the example, which was Eli Manning, absolutely.
Oh, would you care to ask?
And if you really want to go there, go look at Eli's stats and go look at Shedeur's stats.
Well, wait a minute. Hold on. See, nah. Before we
this
go,
is coming from a resident Eli hater.
Who?
Not me.
Oh, you're
not
an
Eli
hater.
No. Double J don't hate
you.
Eli.
Are. I'm not.
I'm not an Eli hater.
Yeah, you are. You were the Flacco. I was the Eli guy.
No, bro. Don't sidebar this. I'm sorry. I sidebarred. I'm sorry for that. No,
go right ahead. No, go right ahead.
No, Flacco and Eli.
This is what I get on a regular.
Flacco and Eli are on the same tree.
Okay.
They're on the same
but
tree.
You didn't want to acknowledge that.
Excuse me? You said
I didn't want to acknowledge that.
No, I did. See, we missing this argument. See, we're gonna derail everything. Double J. No, Flacco and Eli are on the same tree. Right? They have playoff runs. Their playoff runs alone. In Eli's case, his 2 Super Bowl runs, and in Flacco's case, his back-to-back playoff, or let's say his back-to-back AFC title runs. The one where it ended in the in Foxborough with the late catch or the late drop, and then the subsequent year that ended in a Super Bowl victory. Those runs cement a legacy for them that's worthy of, let's say, maybe not, if not all-time status. I guess with Pro Football Hall of Fame, I guess you could say all-time status. Understanding that there's still a gulf of difference between, let's say, Eli and Flacco and Peyton Manning or Joe Montana.
Okay, there's tiers. But let me ask this question though.
Yeah.
And I don't want to go too far on the sidebar, but when they talk about Eli in that instance, where does who he beat come into play?
People forget that.
Hold on. No names, please, because this is why I don't like comparisons, because there's always a different set of variables or criterion used to determine the end game or the end result of the discussion.
Okay.
If we can't establish a consistent set of criteria, then what are we comparing? Because in the case of some certain basketball players, they mention as an attribution to greatness, he beat a dynasty. He beat Kevin Durant and he beat him.
Hey, Double J. Double
hold
J.
on.
14 minutes and 45 seconds.
Hey, listen. No, I'm just,
I knew it was coming.
14
Listen,
minutes
no,
and
it's
45
not.
seconds.
Okay, listen. Okay, so what I'm saying is just it's coincidental, but it's not relative.
No, it actually is, but it's just 14
You know what I'm
minutes,
saying?
45
So in other
seconds.
words, Eli, you saying Eli and Joe Flacco, and I'm not saying you per se, but I'm just saying it's people who move the goalposts when they come to, well, when they want to talk about one guy who he went up against is really not much of a factor. But this don't tell me nothing. What are we looking at here?
You tell me who was the
We're
better
looking
player.
at the college career of Eli Manning and the college career of the FBS career of.
Okay, but here's the
Shedeur
problem here's the problem with this, using this alone.
No, it's not this alone. This isn't probably in part of.
They left after the 4. He left after the 4 years. He left after the second, obviously with Colorado, but obviously 2 with Jackson State.
Right.
So what you're looking at is arguably the last 2. If you go off that, 27-3 looks a lot better than 21-15 to me.
Hold on. First of all, who's
37-10 sounds better than 29-10.
Okay,
4,100 versus 3,600. Come on, bro. It's a team game.
But wait. Whose numbers here are we?
Do that with a bad team.
Ole Miss is Eli Manning and Colorado Shedeur Sanders.
Okay, yeah. See, I'm talking. See, all right. This I wouldn't even looked at this.
This was top 5 worthy, homie, up front.
Okay, listen. I'm talking about.
He won 2 Super Bowls. We can look at it in hindsight and be like, oh yeah, all right, cool.
No. I'm not talking about I'm talking about with the Joe Flacco Eli thing.
Okay, all right.
When they talk about Joe Flacco who did he really face? Joe Flacco beat Tom Brady twice. You get what I'm trying to say? Does that not factor in terms of who might be better than one versus the other? Eli. I'm sorry. Yeah, Eli.
Well,
I'm sorry.
Truth be told, if Lee Evans catch the ball, then it would have been the same thing.
Oh, but here we go.
Okay,
I gotta leave that dude alone.
Yeah,
man. That guy made it to the pros. I gotta leave him alone.
But the point I'm making about Shedeur is this, bro. Yes, I see the numbers, but just like I said, what Rondo said, film study that's the answer to the test.
Yes,
the eye test is the best test. I don't care if you watch. None of these players drafted have played a down yet in the NFL. Correct. So what they are projected to be is all, and what they or some say gonna be is based off what they did last year in college football.
Correct.
So last year in college football, when you put the tape in, all right, at that position, other than Cam Ward, who was better on tape? It wasn't one. Number 2, when we put numbers up like this right here, do we factor in how many times that quarterback got sacked?
I'm good.
See what I'm saying? This is what I mean. When we use statistics, we can't leave out the ones that will correlate with this or that should be part of the equation. Now, I don't know how to do the math on that. You get what I'm trying to tell you? But if Shedeur Sanders was sacked 52 times last year, if I'm not mistaken, might have been 54.
Okay.
And still was like tops in, well, now we go into the numbers, in completion percentage, or if that's what he just showed me right here. You get what I'm trying to say? Pull that back up, Double J. Okay. Okay, he threw for what year is this? The last year's what? Let's go with the last year. The 74% completion percentage. He threw for 4,000 yards, 37 touchdowns. All right, he had 10 INTs. Okay. I ain't happy about that and all the whole 9.
I just want to remind you that the NCAA all-time completion percentage, 77%.
And who was that?
Whomever it is, Shedeur Sanders is only 3 points off of that.
Yeah, but who was that guy?
What is it, Ty Detmer or something?
I believe so.
Okay, so now listen. So if I'm not saying completion percentage is irrelevant, but if that's the only thing I'm looking at to tell me what a guy is, then I'm gonna be fired.
No, and this is what we talk about the totality. Okay, statistics are a key element, not the most important, not the only, but a key element of that because it shows tendency, right? So you look at statistics, and then if you look at statistics, you also compare the eye test because guys who have great statistics, what do they look like in signature moments, right? What do you say all the time? Signature players make signature plays and signature moments and signature games. So if that's
but how many times have you seen a guy?
Let me finish. Wait. So if that's the case, what we'll find is what we can find is an interesting correlation between what a guy looks like in those moments you're talking about, and if he's likely, and how frequently does he look like that outside of the clutch? Some guys come in and they're Robert Ory, they're Steve Kerr, they're John Paxson. They don't have any type of body of work that suggests that they are the guy to go to when the game and the series and the championship is on the line. They are one of those guys. They don't have a body of work to show that. So it's an interesting anomaly that, you know what, if I got Kerr, Paxson, or Ory on the court, and Jordan is double teamed, pass it to one of them, and we going home and we packing our bags, going to Disney World, just like if we were to give it to Jordan. That's an anomaly.
I stand corrected. Shedeur has the all-time record for the career. It is just Bo Nix that had the single season at 77.45.
So you mean tell me, so Shedeur Sanders is the most accurate accurate
passer of all time. Absolutely.
Yeah, but
and that's good enough for fifth. I just want to point out Drew Brees was at 61.8. Peyton Manning was at 62%.
Brady Quinn wasn't a question on that list
their
too.
Skills.
Brady Quinn
and certainly not with a daddy that mattered. Oh, how dare he have a dad in his life? How dare he say he doesn't want to play for somebody? These kids have the bag. They were trying to set an example that, guess what? And unfortunately, I don't really care. I'm going to tell you, NFL, how it is, that you need to change how much you're paying. Because guess what? I'm going to stay in college. You're going to see, to me, if I would have been Caleb Williams, I'd have never left either. There is no incentive for me to leave until I am done. I'm getting every dollar that I can get in those 4 or 5, depending on how it goes these days. And I've seen even some examples of 6 and 7. K. McNamara with injuries and that type of thing. So enough's enough here. Like, they were trying to put their foot down, not because it was Dion and not because it was Shedeur. It was because of what they represented, which was the new wave. Kids with the bag that have an ego, that are simply their future.
They don't need your money. They want an opportunity.
Shout out to that.
And truth be told, if there were in a rival league.
Why are we looking at this? Did I do that? Sorry about that.
Totally did that. If there was something else out there, they would go.
Okay,
so this is why, if you're the NFL right now, I don't want to hear any more about we need to pay for your stadium. Unless you're giving me a free ticket, I ain't paying for it.
Oh my. Oh wow. Ooh.
You are the billionaire. You pay for it.
And there's a message brought this message was brought to you by
everybody.
By Cracky. If you want to fix that crack, you better take a whack at that back.
We don't know who would take the scholarship away for the worthless piece of paper that they'll throw in their fireplace because it's worthless. With the degree programs that 99% of the universities even allow them to go after. So you're right. They don't
tell them how you really feel, Double J.
I'm sorry, bruh. That's the time to face facts, Boomer.
Oh, yeah, because you heard what Boomer Esiason said? Sanders was dropped from draft boards for his attitude.
Well, but here's what. There's going to be a lot more of it.
Yeah, but hold on. But
there ain't, shucks. No, there ain't enough of them no more. Sorry.
Yeah, the days are gone. Part, though.
It's about knowing your value the same way that you as an adult would go to somewhere else to do the exact same thing if they were going to pay you more. And if you aren't, you're a dummy, because that's loyalty one way is stupidity.
Oh. Man. Woo. Man. Settle down there.
For you to start paying the NCAA. Oh, that's where they get their money.
Hey, let me hit him with some of this.
They're giving you all the free talent.
Cool off.
if I'm
Woo.
the NCAA, maybe this whole XFL thing, maybe we, I don't know, maybe we call the dudes from the Saudi league and see if they want to run it up.
Wait until that happens.
Oh yeah, well the Saudi is bigger than the NFL by leaps and bounds.
So
they build hotels.
Wait until they decide that they want to create a Western football league.
You ain't gonna compete. Your little monopoly's over with, bro.
They got live golf. Just wait until they decide. Until some oligarch in the Eastern world decides.
Yeah, because the PGA got swallowed up by live, didn't it?
Yes,
for the most part.
Yes,
or what used to be the standard. When the live came along, live was
long live the PGA.
Yeah, long live the ABA. Because
I mean, again, I pointed out to you that attempting to do things the way that they've been done here in the United States does not translate, especially in soccer, right? It just doesn't happen. That's why they're as bad as they are. Globally.
So let me throw this out here at you too, though. Well, again, what Boomer said, right? All I would want to know from him, if I was sitting next to him, I would have asked him, whatever is being said now, if it's not the same as what was being said before now, then it make you look bad.
Yeah. And
I ain't saying you can't change your mind on something. You get what I'm trying to tell you?
Right.
But what they're saying about him now is, how did you not see that? This is what you should have seen from him from the beginning, because he's been a top prospect since Jackson State.
Right.
You see what I mean? So if you were the person after or right prior to this draft and during this draft and right after the fact talking about something, he can't run a 4 in the 4. You ain't know that? You didn't know that until now? Bro, all I'm saying, it was a lot of hey praising this dude a year ago or 2 years ago, whatever it was. You get what I'm trying to tell you? Now here come time to cash in. Now it's, well, see what happened. But Bomani Jones said something as well. I'm going to throw this out here too. He said Deion misjudged what kind of leverage Shedeur had. And he too said the same thing about his quote unquote attitude in interviews. Now, mind you too, Shedeur himself came out and said something about he could have handled the pre-draft process a little bit better.
Yep. He could.
But I'm gonna say this.
Tell me this.
Sure.
Was he any at all more atrocious in his pre-draft interview or pre-draft commentary disposition than one Mr. Baker Mayfield, one Mr. Johnny Manziel?
No.
At all.
No. But I'm gonna say this too. Let me just so guess what? Let's say that's what I'm trying to say. Some of the things that you heard about Shedeur lately, those things should have been evident and should have been said before. Don't come saying them now because you're trying to paint a picture. So at the end of the day, if you don't think because of this he was worth a first-round pick, all right, fine. But the second best quarterback behind Cam Ward, and arguably maybe top 5 best player period in college football last year.
Let me point
hold
something
on,
out.
Double J. Hold on. Let me just say. So if he ain't a first-round pick for whatever reason you want to make it, fine. But you telling me he ain't second round? You telling me he ain't third round? You telling me he ain't Dylan Gabriel round? And then you telling me he 5th round? And then to see the expression on Andrew Berry and Kevin Stefanski's face? Bruh. I'm telling anybody and everybody, turn the TV off. Don't let what the words are saying. Don't let that be a distraction. Put the tape in and do my experiment that I've been trying to get my sons and them to do when it comes to basketball. Watch the game with no sound.
Do you remember when Lamar Jackson was having a contract negotiation just a few years ago?
Yes. Hold on, Double J. But this is what I'm asking you, being the numbers person. He was sacked 52 times last year. So all I'm asking is somehow along that's the number that they're not mentioning, or if they do, it's little to rare. So throw that in that equation with how many passing yards, his completion percentage, and how you give throw that in there. Because being sacked 52 times and you still put up the numbers that a guy who didn't get sacked 52 times put up? Okay. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to finish this talk right here, bro. I'm just asking y'all to look at it for what we're looking at for right here, right now. Don't funnel cake this. You know what I'm saying? Don't put powdered sugar on it. Then want to talk about some, come get a slice. Absolutely not. It's flies taking off and landing. Yeah, we're going to do the full commercial crew right here, baby.
It's K Cunningham, and you watching the Shop Report. I'm Homie Diallo, and you watching the Shop Report. My name's Chris Murray, and you're watching the Shop Report. Oh, you're Jay Knight, you're watching the Shop Report. Max McKee, you're dropping in on the Shop Report.
Barbershop Jay, Quentin Hines, Super Bowl champion. I'm ready. Let's do it. I'm on.
Hi, I'm Mars Manworks from Mercury Stadium, and you're watching the Shock Report.
Hey, I'm Billy Butler, and thank you for watching the Shop Report. Hey guys, I'm Les Norman, former Kansas City Royal, and you're watching the Shop Report.
Commander Brown, Detroit Rivers Mountain Training, and I'm watching the Shop Report.
Hey, this is Doug Flynn of the New York Mets. Well, a few other teams, of course, too. And you're watching the Shop Report.
I'm Matt Ramos, and you're watching the Shop Report.
How you doing? I'm Rajay Davis, and you're watching the Shop Report.
How you doing? This is Nelson Figueroa, former Major League pitcher with a lot of teams. You're about to listen to the Shop Report. Hey, this is Howard Johnson. You're watching the Shop Report.
Hi, I'm Heath Bell from the New York Mets, and you're listening to the Shop Report podcast. Yeah!
Hey, I'm Josh Tolley, former catcher of the New York Mets, and you're watching the Shop Report.
This is Edgardo Alfonso for the Mets, and you're listening to Shop Report.
Hey, this is Doc Gooden, and you're watching the Shop Report.
Hello, this is Mike Hampton, and you're watching Shop Report.
Hey, this is Herman Harvey, former NFL offensive lineman with the Cleveland Browns and the Baltimore Ravens, and you're listening to the Shop Report.
Hey, man, you listen to the Shop Report. Yeah, that's my boy right there. Hey, man, you know what, though? For real, man, Doc Gooden, you ever seen his curveball? Did you ever watch a game, see him throw his curveball, bro? Oh, now y'all want to disappear. Man, maybe we should just call this the turnbuckle.
No, man. Listen, you know what? You call us out all the time as if we just doing this, sit pop. What? Yeah, man. Listen, man. Things are happening behind the scenes.
Oh man, I don't need to know that.
Hey, bro, can Brunson stay on his feet? This is a disgrace. If you're a New York basketball fan and a Rucker, you imagine this guy flip flopping around.
Yeah,
Rucker.
Hey,
get out of here, man. He's a cornball.
Oh wow, hey, don't do that, bro. That's Villanova, bro. Yeah,
and he don't act like it.
Double J, your parlay must be looking a little putrid over there.
I know better than that. I see Scott Foster in there too. No. That's as rigged as it comes. So I can't deal with that. If it's in Boston, then yeah, you'll see me I'll take Boston with Scott Foster all day.
Okay. And speaking of that, we will get to our NBA playoff update talk here in a few. We want to keep going about the Shedeur Sanders thing. So I mean, at the end of the day, man, talent for talent, right there. Is he not your opening day starter if you're the Browns?
Well, we got to see what you still got to go to camp. You still got to see it. First of all, we need to decide what type of offense do they want to run? How do they want to do their offense? Because I firmly think that Shedeur and Dylan Gabriel are sort of contrasting QB styles. So,
bro, what is it? What is it about Dylan Gabriel? Dylan Gabriel is nice. He's nice, man. But
I understand, but I understand that. But I'm saying you drafting a guy that plays, I think, fundamentally differently than Shedeur Sanders, and you drafted him ahead of Shedeur Sanders.
Yeah.
So what does the QB room look like? Because listen, and you just talked about it. You look at Andrew Berry and Stefanski's face drafting Shedeur Sanders.
I know. Yeah, it was formality.
Yeah,
hold up.
Look at the expression that they had when they got Dylan Gabriel. It looks like that's where they were thinking in terms of how they want a game plan for this year.
That's my point to you, though. Do you understand? Bruh, what did I tell y'all that Tony Dungy said in his book, Quiet Storm? He said, when it comes to building an organization in the NFL, mind you, he was with the Buccaneers, his fingerprints all over that, right? And the Colts to a large extent, right? He said, any pick can be a hit or miss, regardless of when and where picked. He said the key to it, a successful draft, in reality, is do you have the people or the structure in place that understand how to minimize the risk?
Man, Towns is so soft.
Do you think that the Browns brain trust is that type of structure? Go look at all of just the third round picks alone from this regime. Okay. You seen the little video I did a couple of little clicks ago. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to tell you, bruh, don't matter who name on the door when it comes to that organizational type of situation. I just know it always a situation. In 1970, the Browns traded Paul Warfield. Go look it up. Go look what Don Shula said about getting Paul Warfield in that 72 Dolphins team. Yeah, the no-name defense or whatever they was called was solid. But yeah. Yeah, he said, Don said, yeah, getting Paul Warfield was a big deal. We got him for Mike Phipps, one of Purdue's finest, I might add. Yeah.
Seriously?
I'm just saying, bro. You know what I mean? Because whoever made that trade, I was born in 69. We talking about 1970. And already in my Browns fandom lifetime, whatever it was already way till next year. Because whose idea was it to trade Paul? Whose idea was that? That guy's still in the building. He got to be in 2025. He got to be. He got to be. I'm just saying, he got to be. Because help me to understand. Logically, the moves that the Browns have made make sense how, in what way, shape, form, or fashion. Are any of Barry's third round picks still here? Double J?
I will go find them.
Yeah, I don't think so. None of them. Yeah, there you go. Search it. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, scratch your cranium and do all that other good stuff. You understand what I'm trying to tell me?
None of them?
I don't think so. I think if it was 8 of them, 9.5 of them ain't here no more. I'm just saying, bruh, it's not so much who getting picked for me, not now at this point. I mean, I've been watching them since 77, 76. At this point for me, man, is who's shopping for the groceries? Who doing the picking? Come on, man. If your Uncle Willie, you know what I'm saying? The guy who wears socks all the way up past his kneecaps. You give him $100 and you know he bad with money. Well, I mean, what you expect? Yeah, you gonna come back out to the car and say I need $5 more for what? I just sent you there to get a box of cereal. I gave you 50. What you doing? You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I have every pick but made by him.
Oh, really? Okay. Let's go through that right quick. Go ahead, throw it up on the screen. Oh, wow. Let me get some. Okay. Okay, I need you to scroll, Double J.
All right. So just
is that wait, no. Hold, wait, go back. Okay, so this is the first. Okay, how many picks is it?
Probably quite a few, right? We're
so Jedrick Wills. What we think about him so far?
Well,
for a top 10 pick, I mean, what are your expectations of a top 10 pick?
Up or down? Well, at that position, I expect you to be way better than what he is. So, yeah, flip or flop?
Well, he's still with the team. I mean, if that...
Oh, well, yeah, okay. Yeah, really? Okay, keep going, Double J. Just scroll. Okay, Jedrick Wills. The jury is still out. Let's just say that. Grant Delpit. Solid. Yeah, I'll take that. Up. Yeah. Yeah, jury's still out. Go ahead.
Somebody got to be bad now at some point.
Well, he's on San Francisco now, if that helps.
Oh, well, yeah, okay, well.
Here's a third rounder.
That's the second third rounder. So
we're going all the way back 5 years now, 5 seasons.
We going back
okay. He's on the Colts currently.
Yeah, exactly. Keep going.
Harrison Bryant is still in the league, I believe.
Is he with the Browns? No.
No.
I don't think so. Keep going. But that was a fourth round pick.
Anymore?
I don't think so. Go ahead. Keep scrolling.
All right.
Please and thank you. Nick Harris. Oh, yeah. Keep scrolling.
Just for the record, Harrison Bryant is on the Eagles.
Oh. So he got a Super Bowl ring. Yeah, that's what we should do. All the players in Browns history since 1980.
But Nick Harris is still here with the team.
Oh, imagine that. Okay. That had played with the Browns that went somewhere else. Donovan Peoples-Jones. Yeah, he been gone.
Obviously, he's
Okay.
on the Lions.
Yeah, right. He ain't even with the Lions no more. Oh, he finna be gone. This guy right here finna look at he know it. I'm out. That's what he doing. I'm out. Yeah, that's what that face is. Yeah, he finna be gone. Yeah, keep scrolling. Oh man, this one is don't get the because before he got that neck injury, he was balling.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, he was balling. I ain't gonna take nothing from him. He was balling. Oh yeah, here we go. Yeah, where he from? Where this guy right here from? Where this guy from right here? This guy. Auburn or Purdue?
No, don't do that.
Oh, this David Bell. He coming up. Okay, keep scrolling.
Anthony Schwartz is where with Miami now?
I don't know. Did he went back to what Miami? The Miami Hurricanes? Because anyway, keep scrolling. James Hudson, yeah. Keep going.
He's on the Giants, by the way.
Yeah, of course. Tommy Toke.
He produced at one point in time.
What you mean? He had 1/4 of a sack?
Yeah, but he's on the Houston Texans now. I thought.
Okay, all right. Well, listen. Everybody need practice squad players. Tony Fields. Oh, this is ridiculous. He keeps going, and he got the nerve to be wearing Jackie Robinson's number. Hey, you heard what the dude from Abdul Carter said? He won 56. Lawrence Taylor was like, "Hey, bro, let me tell you something about that number." Shut that down real quick.
Yeah, Tony Fields also now.
Is he related to Kim Fields? Because he looked like it in this picture. Keep scrolling. Go ahead.
On the Rams.
Yeah, give me a break. Richard LeConte. Is he the? Did he play the most interesting man in the world in the second round of the commercials? Richard LeConte, the third.
Well,
your eyes are like Olympic-sized pools. He got cut. Yeah, from Botswana.
Hey, Gully, remember how bad I used to pick on the Bucs secondary?
Yeah.
Hey, when they went corner in this year's draft, man, I was like, no.
Oh, right. Is that some sort of inside joke or something? I mean,
no, in the fantasy show. I was always pointing out how bad the fantasy show.
Okay. When I was really, really, really asleep. Okay, keep going. Scroll it up.
Yeah, enough to comment though, huh?
Dimitri Felton, and serviceable. Keep going.
All right.
This ain't going where you think it's going.
Yeah. Is he still even on the team either? Nah, Emerson. I don't even know.
Wait, yeah. Okay. How many players? I mean, if you look at take the most successful organization.
No, we should not even do that. Double J, scroll. Give me 4 more. Because right now he ain't batting 1,000
tackles last year.
Huh?
He had 62 solo tackles. For a third
Well, that's bad for your defense if the corner is making all them tackles.
Well, yeah, certainly.
Yeah, okay. I'm just saying. Alex Wright.
At least he wraps up then,
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah, you better wrap up now. Keep going.
Pause.
Keep going. Keep going. Yeah.
He's still on the team.
Who?
There you go, David Bell.
David Bell. Oh, no.
Hey,
winner.
Dummy didn't do this.
Where's this guy from?
Huh? I couldn't help it. You can't develop talent.
Yeah, I know. Of course, blame. Yeah, well, in this case, yeah, blame the management. Yeah, my fault. Yeah. Anywho, it's enough of that. All I'm saying is, at the end of the day, man, I don't trust who doing the grocery shopping, but we'll see. But now on the flip side, let's say Shedeur has a quote unquote Russell Wilson moment. Let's think back a few years, maybe more than a few, when Pete Carroll and them was over there in Seattle putting together that boom squad or whatever they call it, doom machine, whatever it is. They went and got Matt Flynn.
Mm-hmm.
They gave Matt Flynn how much they give him, Double J? What, 10 million, 11 million? Off of that one game or half a game. He threw 8 passes in that game. And they was like, oh yeah. I mean, I ain't mad at him, huh?
Yeah, they said he the one.
Yeah, he the one. But as soon as they got over there, he didn't even get to take his shoes off. And Russell Wilson, they handed Matt Flynn, they just said, here, just go ahead, take the check, man. We good. Could it be one of them type of moments? The Browns got 512 quarterbacks in their quarterback room right now. Will he emerge, or is he the odds-on favorite, Double J? You all are the fantasy, parlay players. Is he the odds-on favorite to win the Browns quarterback job this year? Tommy Reese now, remember now, okay? But I want to remind folks, if he struggles, if any of them guys struggle, okay, they're going to get the blame because they play the position and obviously they out front. But I would say, no, peel back the curtain. Because anytime a student is having difficulty with what you're doing or what you didn't put forth as a teacher, then at what point do you take a look at the teacher?
Well, you're going to have to now because you done got rid of your OC. You brought in somebody that got fired only for him to do as bad as we thought he was going to do. And now you got to figure this out again.
I'm just saying, bro. It don't make no sense to me, all of what it is that they're doing. Double J, what's that you got in the house in the cache? Never mind. Just put it in the private chat. Yeah, it don't make no sense what they're doing. Not to me. It don't,
How
bro.
so?
Well, I seen Mike Tannenbaum gave the Browns an A++ for this draft because he swear now Mason Graham gonna be next thing smoking since Gouda. And then this linebacker from UCLA, I'm not going to even lie. I didn't even, how many tackles he have in the Big Ten? -10 or something. I mean, something like that. But he's a great character guy and all that other good stuff.
I just want you to look at this first article here, just the headline. Right?
But I'm not mad at what's the Ohio State pick? The running back. Yeah.
Oh yeah, great pickup.
Yeah, I think that's I think Nick Chubb on his way out. What I can't see here, WJ.
Cleveland Browns draft grade shows GM Andrew Berry ingenuity.
Oh, wow.
Contrary to our
okay, but what they need to be showing is
president hate.
What they need to be showing is Andrew Berry's engine resume. Okay,
we just did that.
No, I'm talking about his full.
It wasn't as bad as you thought.
No, man, we ain't go through the whole list, man. Please stop it, man. Stop it.
Remember,
man, please.
Yeah, like it
ingenuity.
Or not. Yeah,
okay,
like it or not.
No, go through the whole list of all of his picks, all of them. If it's a 500 of them, I guarantee you the ratio ain't gonna suggest ingenuity. That's a play on words.
Why did you make a stop then?
Because man, we got other stuff that people want to see. We want to talk about the NBA, bro. We got a lot to talk about.
We got to talk about the NBA.
Yeah, we got to talk about the playoffs, bro. The playoffs. The Lakers just got their head cracked. You know what I'm saying? Hey, can you see the camera? I'm looking for the camera. I'm just saying. So yeah, Double J. Nobody want to keep on rolling on the roller side. All I'm asking y'all is, do you think what are the odds that Shedeur ends up, barring injury, of course, Shedeur ends up as the Browns opening day starter? Or better yet, when they go from shirts and shorts to pads, that he'll stand out more so when they get to the pads than they did in the shirt and shorts. You know what I'm saying? Say that fast 2 times, backward and forward. Oh, ain't nobody got nothing to say now?
Why would your 5th round pick be your day 1 starter? Especially because it's not of the entire front office.
Well, listen, he wouldn't listen. If it wasn't for Drew Bledsoe, Tom Brady would have been that. It's just the fact that you had Drew Bledsoe.
But hold on now.
No.
Hold on now.
Yes.
The difference
you had
between
Drew Bledsoe. That's the reason why Tom Brady wasn't a starter in New England that early. It was already apparent. You just
Right,
had
they have a guy,
quarterback who
right? They already had a guy. They were drafting for depth. They were never drafting like, oh, this is our guy. It's just we hope you break your arm.
I'm fairly certain that the offseason and the preseason and the regular season showed them that Tom Brady had enough potential, which is why when he got the reins in the middle of that season and he never let it go. You mean to tell me they didn't see that in practice? The way Tom Brady prepares for a game?
See something.
Yeah, they knew who they
what I'm saying
if they drafted him for depth initially, by the time August became September and September became October, and he was still in the QB room, he was still answering questions, he was still thinking of scenarios, and he was still taking reps with the practice team and maybe with the second team. They knew what they had in him.
Yeah.
And if it weren't for the fact that
about what you just said,
right?
And
go ahead.
Is simply this. Listen to what Johnny Manziel said, that Brian Hoyer was out for his spot and made it a toxic quarterback room.
But that's Cleveland.
That's Johnny Manziel.
Okay,
too.
That's Johnny Manziel. Yeah, man, please, man.
I muted it after that because that dude was like, oh, we're back to this again.
Listen, bruh, have me and Gully not been trying to tell you all? There are organizations that we're talking about during Brady's run, especially. The one thing you could say about the Patriots that you could never say about the Browns in our lifetime, mine or yours, the Patriots at one point were the team considered to be the ones who just reload.
Yes.
The Browns all my life been in rebuild mode.
Oh, stop. That team was coached by Pete Carroll before that. No way.
Hey, bruh, since
what you mean? Hold on, what you mean?
Remember that?
Yeah, that's what I want to know. What you mean by that?
They had a terrible season.
Who?
And then they fired Pete Carroll, and they got Bill Belichick.
And I said there was a time during the Patriots Bill Belichick run, the Patriots were considered one of them teams that didn't rebuild, they reload. The Spurs, the Spurs reload.
Oh no!
Once upon a time, the Lakers used to reload. The Steelers reload. The Browns have been in rebuild since 1999, bruh. Go look at the quarterbacks they didn't have since 1999, and you tell me if they. And meanwhile, on the flip side, when I talk about teams that reload, the Steelers have had 3 head coaches in
60 years.
And in 60 years, man, stop, bro. The Packers, for instance.
So what? Hang on, what's the difference, right? So I pointed out with the Bears, who have never had a good quarterback since the 80s.
Okay, well, I mean,
and we're done with the 80s.
Hey, I tell you what, they had a good one good enough to win them a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Fact.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, we ain't had that. Okay.
But
we got close though. No, what happened is we ran into Elway.
Oh man, please. I don't want to hear that.
I saw his name on that completion list too in college.
Yeah,
also,
I know.
Man, what a weird set of circumstances. I don't know if you heard about that golf cart crash.
Yeah, I did. And they said somebody and that he was driving the cart and somebody that was on it didn't make it, but I wasn't sure. You know, so much AI and all that stuff going on.
Now, look, I've golfed where it's literally like a cliff, like you're above the clouds, literally.
Yeah.
And I don't think I've ever so I don't put it past.
What you mean you're above the clouds? You DB Coopering?
Well, there's a place that well, all right, if you insist. Private club called Macklemore in Georgia.
Okay. Okay. Shout out. My bad. This is my fault. This is a you and Brother Rich conversation. That's what this is. Gully.
Man,
Gully. Hey, get the popcorn. We out, bro.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
No wonder he took off, man.
Yeah, exactly. Because well, that's what too bad I'm leading. I'm driving the doggone bus. Yeah, the short one, because I should have saw that coming. Oh, yeah, since you asked for it. No, I didn't ask for that. Gully, get back here, will you? Oh my gosh. Anywho, well, I mean, we're gonna see, man, what Shedeur, what any of these guys are. To tell you the truth, man, you really don't know what a guy will be or won't be until about a good 3 years down the road. You know what I'm trying to say? You know, but just dollar for dollar though, right as of right now. Man, based on what I saw on college football, stanchions, man, Cam Ward was the only quarterback better than him. You know what I mean? Now I get it. You know, to me, there was, he didn't help himself by not throwing at the combine and all that type of stuff. And I kind of to an extent agree with the way Bomani put it. You know, him and Deion, they sort of kind of misjudged, you know, his draft value or whatever the case may be. But for him to fall to the 5th round, bro, that was the punishment didn't fit the crime.
No, but it was, again, he was the victim of circumstance intentionally for something much larger.
So
they were trying to put
yeah,
their
you saying
foot down.
intentional
I'm telling you right now,
circumstances.
they were trying to put their foot down to prevent the remember, there was a point in time I was going to represent somebody to sign their contract. Okay, but at that period of time, this is only within the last 2 decades, you needed both a law background and you had to pass an exam in order to be deemed qualified
to be an agent.
That. Yes. So I was ineligible by those standards, which cost me about $100,000.
So wait a minute. Give me the term. You couldn't. You had to be a law. What happened?
You had to have a law background, and as far as educationally.
Yeah.
And
you got. Do you have
had
siblings?
To pass an actual exam in order.
Do you have siblings?
Do I?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well then I'm sure you can pass. You could say on the law background part, you know, you had to break up a few fights in the house. I'm just saying.
I mean, but this is why, again, to LeBron's credit, you know, the clutch guys, of course, being his friends, they didn't necessarily have that background. And he challenged that, and it changed a lot of the rules across the board that it no longer was mandatory. The test was, but the other stuff was not. And
so then why don't you go take the test then?
$1,500 at the time.
Okay, so if the parameters have been changed, why you?
Well, he's not in the league anymore.
Oh, wow. So it's too late now, huh? Gully, whatever that is you're drinking, is it good?
It's fantastic.
All I'm gonna say is Boston in 4. I'm sick of Jalen Brunson, bro. He pushes off. He does everything, but he sends people into the 3rd row with his off arm every time.
Yeah, so do Luka. Yeah, and on that note, we're gonna go to another commercial break. When we come back, we're gonna get into some of this NBA playoff updated talk because you see right now, Double J, he all on the screen. Gully,
y'all picked and it's not working out. So you can trash Jalen Brunson all day long, but your pick ain't working out. Y'all, you and him.
Hey, listen,
both of y'all.
Okay, but look,
okay,
it ain't. Okay, maybe it ain't.
Some words to talk about.
Yeah, maybe. Okay, yeah, we're gonna take a little commercial. What we're gonna do? We're gonna finna take another break. Because I mean, so what? Yeah, get out of here. That's what you do. Get out.
Cleaning the cracks on your pavement surfaces can take hours and be torturous on your body. Until now. Bicracky Weed Removal Tool was designed specifically to clean pavement cracks in a fraction of the time, all while standing up. Bicracky's patented design incorporates a 2-sided steel blade and is encased by a durable fiberglass shell. Simply use the large end to clean big gaps, then rotate and use the small tip for narrow gaps. Made in the USA, Bicracky eliminates weeds to the root and is environmentally friendly. Bicracky, save your back while you clean your crack.
All right, we are back. Double J, where'd Gully go? I saw him here for a minute, then he disappeared again. Anyway, we'll wait till he come back. All right, we're going to get into some of this NBA playoff updated talk. You understand me? I know everybody want to talk about the Lakers and the Wolves, but we're going to start with the Thunder. Man, they made quick work of Ja and the Grizzlies. Double J, are you surprised by that? Or did you think that series would go at least 6 games?
No, that it was a clean sweep. And other than that one game where they had him till Ja got hurt, unfortunately, it looks like Memphis is in a state of flux that they may be making some changes.
I was just going to ask you that. And you say that, give me 1 or 2, like kind of maybe blockbuster or borderline blockbuster changes that you think the Grizzlies will have to make. Because, but remember now, let's keep in mind the style of play. That is so crucial, man, to advancement or not an advancement. as is matchups, and a few other things that I call playoff translatables. But how you do it, man, could go a long way, man. And they just don't seem to have any offensive balance. It's just offensive athleticism and talent, so to speak. But go ahead, my bad. Go ahead. What were you gonna say? Finish your thought.
Yeah, I mean, that was kind of on full display when Morant went out. Was Desmond Bain and some of the other guys just kind of heaving shots, like, all right, well, somebody's got to take them, so it's going to be me.
Yeah, yeah. There was a little any, meeny, miny, mo. But the Thunder, man, they look poised to be in the Western Conference Finals. They do.
Yeah, I mean, again, that's what you're supposed to do. Cleveland did the same thing, and I know we'll get to them, but definitely it is certainly a little validating for OKC, at least coming off of the regular season that they had.
Yeah, the Thunder look good, bro. They do. But it's still a lot of Western Conference hoop, as is on the East side, to be played. Let's move on to the Nuggets and the Clippers. Why is it? Whoa. That game is on now, isn't it? Or it's up next?
No, it's going live right now. The Pistons just ended.
Oh, did it? Okay, what was it's over. The Pistons is done. They done for the season. Oh, man.
Yep.
Oh, man. I hate to hear that, man.
I know you.
All right.
I picked them.
Okay.
I told you it was the Knicks.
Okay.
Yeah. Don't
okay,
Gully.
No. Well, here's the thing, bro. That's a disgrace. That's why the product is suffering. I'm going to tell you that right now. Any team from the 90s that watched that garbage, especially a Knicks team, I couldn't believe Ewing was in there acting like he was co-signing that.
Okay, so Gully, let me ask you this. Even though you did,
that is a crime.
Even though you did pick the Knicks, right?
Did you watch imagine? Kids go and replicate what they see, right, at the highest level.
That's what I'm trying.
Floppy fish.
That's what I'm asking him. So
come on, man.
You picked the Knicks. And, okay, that's fine, right?
I picked the Knicks.
You picked the Knicks. But did you watch every game in that series?
No, I didn't watch every game in that series.
Okay. All right. So you
what
picked
they got to do with anything?
Yeah, because I'm telling you right now, the Pistons really should have won that series.
But they didn't win.
No Ivy.
But they didn't go to game 7.
Stewart,
it didn't.
They still took them 6.
And didn't go to 7.
I'm gonna say okay. All right. Okay. So
they would have
lost.
All right. It would have been over in 5.
All right. Got you.
If what? It would have been over in 5. If what?
If you had 2 starters that were healthy.
Were they not healthy before the series started?
No.
So why did y'all pick them?
Listen. First of all,
the Knicks are not that good. Thibodeau teams are Thibodeau teams. I've been calling it since I watched it in Chicago.
So
they break down every year. This is nothing new.
So the
what
starters,
happened? Hart rolled his ankle. Brunson rolled his ankle.
So the starters for the Pistons that weren't there to start the series.
And I still thought it was enough because I don't believe in the Knicks that much. And Boston's going to mop them up like they always do.
That's
fine by me.
That's fine. Celtics in 5, probably. But I'm just saying, what did you? All right. I'm just saying.
I'm gonna tell you. No, I'm gonna tell you why.
Right at the Pistons roster.
Until the flopper doesn't get the call because now it's in the Garden.
Meanwhile, it looks like the Cat for Randall trade worked out well for both teams.
Getting to the second round,
bruh.
At least.
Oh man,
because the Timberwolves were in conference finals last year.
Listen.
And so for them to trade Cat, considering where they were, that was pretty shocking. Because they're like, man, why would you blow up something that was that close to being a good team? So they did that, right? So they traded a key integral part of their team.
Listen, let me tell you.
And now they still look. They still look to be within stride.
This is why you need to go back and watch the games. I'm promising you right now. I'm getting ready to get Khalil on this phone. I'm gonna text him, and I'm gonna tell him. I'm gonna tell him to jump in on this show. I'm gonna tell him to jump in on the show because he was watching I forget which game it was, and he was watching the it was the Knicks. I don't know if it was game 2 or game 3. But we were both sitting down there watching, and Cat was, if they're going, the Pistons, the Knicks were going that way. If you're watching the screen, the Knicks were going to your right, okay? So Cat was closer to like maybe the scorer's table. Not the scorer's table, or where they be announcing or whatever it is, okay? On that side of the floor, right? he gets the ball on the right elbow. Hold on. Get on the. He gets the. I got you because me and him was just talking about this.
All right.
He gets on the right elbow. To tell you the truth, bro, Karl Anthony Towns had his way with the Pistons front court for real. Because the Pistons front court are really more so like lob guys.
And y'all picked them. Why did y'all pick them?
I'm about to. Okay, but
this is what I'm saying.
Listen,
I'm gonna tell you how bad the Pistons are when y'all picked them.
I'm gonna tell you why I picked them. But listen, what you talking about the cat trade worked out? I'm telling you, he could get away with that in this series.
All right,
going against Porzingis.
But I'm gonna tell you something else. When you go pick any game in this series and don't look at nothing else when Cat got the ball, but his footwork.
Okay.
Cat is a skillful big.
Yep.
When he plays, slow for me.
Just like for instance, and I'm not comparing him to. I'm just using this as an example in terms of a guy who can post and drop over the left, right shoulders, who got an array of moves, offensive moves, so to speak.
Yep.
Team Olajuwon had an array of offensive moves, right?
Yep.
When he played against Greg Ostertag, it was always curtains. You get what I'm trying to say?
Right.
In this instance, the Pistons bigs were kind of like the Ostertags. They don't really produce offense unless they're getting a pass off of somebody type of deal. You get what I'm trying to say? Cat is the type of guy you can throw the ball to him and you can clear out.
Again, if Isaiah Stewart's there, just what history has showed us, he goes 2 of 7 from the field.
Okay, man.
Others, it's 8 of 12. I don't want to hear all that. That's cool. Man. We'll see you next year. Your team will be ran to the ground again. And this time, it'll be curtains.
Listen, because you picked him.
I picked the Pistons.
They're not good. That's the problem.
I picked the Pistons because I didn't think
every lifeline
the Knicks still had their toughness
that they had.
I didn't think that he's upset right now. I mean, it's obvious. It's obvious.
I'm gonna tell you.
But I picked them because I didn't think the Knicks still had their toughness or whatnot.
They don't have. That was the weakest Knicks team I've ever seen in my life. That's a disgrace. They should be called the Nets.
And
what? New Jersey playing like that.
And while watching
New Jersey don't even play like that. New Jersey's got way more toughness than that.
Okay.
That's the New York guys, I guess.
Okay.
That ain't the old New York.
Hey, I'm telling y'all right now.
Out of here, man. That's the Butters. That's the Butters Tim.
Okay. All right. Okay. Hold on.
He's mad.
Hold on. Yeah, he's upset.
Double J.
Oh, my son said Barbershop J picked the Pistons. I'm shocked. Hey, boy.
What is going on?
No, that's. Hey, come down here and tell him about the Karl Anthony. Man, this dude right here, man.
Y'all need help.
No, I don't.
Yeah, no. Why did y'all pick him? Y'all ripping this. Listen, I said the Knicks for a reason.
Full strength team. That's all I'm gonna say.
They wasn't full strength at the start of the playoffs. Double J.
Every time he's too soft.
Double J.
You put a body on him, he is soft.
Double J. They were not healthy they were not healthy at game 1. The Pistons that the guys that you say would have changed the difference, would have made the difference for the series, were not there from game 1.
I wish we could show some highlights and clips and stuff so that I could point out what it is.
Him spotting up from 3 and
it was
shots that just require certain.
Okay, so now that that's done, okay, Gully. Shout out to Gully for picking the winner.
That ain't what I'm here for.
That is what you're here for. You should have just said that in the beginning. Then
you gotta do that
is what you're here for. Y'all picked them.
Yeah, they needed Ivy, a starter.
Pistons didn't have enough firepower in the post. No dynamic scorers really.
Yeah, you didn't have Ivy and Stewart. Absolutely.
Hey, boy, what did I tell you when we was watching and I said, look at Cat's why he was trying to put the ball down the dribble and how he ended up at the man, never mind. Don't weigh in no more. Don't do it. Just goodbye. Miss Alva weighing in. False, Gully. Jaden wasn't there day 1.
No. What you mean Jaden wasn't there day 1?
Yeah, that's what he's saying, Mrs.
That's what I'm saying, Mrs. Alva. I'm saying that
he's saying he's including that.
Yeah.
Well, Miss Alva coming to the defense. All she heard was the last portion. I'm gonna
right.
defend my man.
Right. Yeah.
Okay,
his
but I said
it's trash.
Listen, hold on, Clue. I said it.
He does that that
hold
corny,
on. I said his footwork was trash.
Like,
but
what is that?
Hold on, Double J.
All Olajuwon would have did is stood there when he dipped his shoulder down and swatted that ish into the third row.
Oh, man. Oh, my gosh. Khalil, you're not telling what need to be told, man. I'm done. Never mind. Just go to bed, man. Go lay down and rest your neck. Anyway, yeah, okay. Okay, the Knicks beat the Pistons, all right? Yeah, the Knicks beat the Pistons. Gully was right.
Are they doing that to the Cavs?
Well, no, they won't be playing the Cavs. They'll be playing the Celtics.
No, I understand, but would Karl Anthony Towns do that to the Cavs?
Yeah.
I'll stop it.
Yeah,
they got blown out by 40 or 50 the game.
That's the Miami Heat culture. We got another comment. Khalil said Knicks about to get bounced. It don't really matter. Dude, boy, I didn't call you for you to be on here just to be cracking jokes. Hey, man, get off my phone, man. Get off my phone, bro. This dude right here, man. Anyway, back to the Nuggets and the Clippers. That series, obviously, that's game. What is this here? Game 6, is it?
It would be game 6. Yeah.
Clippers up 18.
Say again.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. Oh, we got a special guest. Who's that right there? Let's see. Oh my goodness.
I gotta apologize to my brother and my friend to start. I gotta apologize.
Wow, bro. Rich, what's happening?
Man, I was stuck in some bad LA traffic trying to get here, brother. I said I was not gonna call you and tell you I'm not coming. I'm making it no matter if I got to get on at the last minute, brother.
Okay,
I'm happy to see y'all. How you doing?
Yeah, for sure. Shout out again. It's Brother Rich, y'all.
Brother Rich.
Yeah, it's a long-time supporter of the Shop Report here, man. Once upon a time when I had hair, he pulled me to the side and said, man, you need to do something with that mouth of yours talking that. Yeah, we both had hair. Don't worry about the LA traffic, bro. We're glad you could be here, bro. It's all good. Shout out to him. Man, shout out to Mr. NYC.
I see Double J still got it going on.
That's right. Yeah. Oh man, it's all
good.
What's
happening, fellas? How y'all doing, man?
Very well, man. How you doing, man? We're doing even better now, man.
Again, right, Miss Alba? Whoa, bro.
Miss Alba, how are you?
Yeah, you just saved her because there's something going on over there. I'm trying to tell y'all, there's something going on. Bro, Rich, we talking NBA playoffs update.
Yes,
we got that right. But if you want to, we can scale back just a bit, and give your thoughts on the whole Shedeur Sanders situation.
Well, I want to give my thoughts on both of them, actually. The first one I want to say about Shedeur Sanders is, brother, the reason I have a theory here, take it for what it is. If you look at the sports makeup, which is your frustration, Barbershop J, that you have articulated several times recently, your frustration is the lack of authentic voices in these spaces. And that there's too much commercialism in these spaces. And so when you tune into these spaces and tap into these spaces now with this Shedeur thing, anybody denying what we're actually looking at here is not being an authentic voice in the space. We all know what's happening here. There's not a question. See, if Shedeur Sanders is the first person that's had a bad quote unquote interview, and then we don't even know what that means in essence. What is a bad interview? What we're hearing are things like he was too arrogant, he was too cocky, he was too confident. And so these are things that tell us that it's hard to not point to the issue, the looming underlying issues that are present here that are part of the American fabric of doing business. And that is when we're dealing with these kind of things, how do we say racism is not a part of this? Racism absolutely is a part of this. The good old boys network that is the NFL and its grandfatherly way where they must law. Remember now, this is the same league that punished people for kneeling. This is the same league that destroyed a young man's career because he chose, even though he was never a radical individual, he simply chose to stand up for a cause in which he believed fervently. They destroyed his career for that, punished other people for that. We saw what the NBA did to Kyrie and others for standing up for their own human and civil rights. So if we're thinking that there was not a bigger point being made here to not only Deion Sanders, mind you, and his son, but to anyone that would approach the NFL as though they had some inherent right to participate just because they were skilled, just because they're gifted, and just because they have that level of supreme self-confidence. We are not allowed as black men in America to have that. Barack Obama wasn't even allowed to wear certain kinds of items of clothing as the president of the United States. He was critiqued at every corner because of how he dressed, how he spoke, when he spoke up for Trayvon, all of these. How are we saying here in America that's not a factor? So I'm sure you all have exhausted that. I'll just drop that on that.
Yes, sir, indeed.
And we
Shout
can go
out
on to where you all are with the playoffs, and I'll pick up from there with it.
It's all good. We're gonna give you another shout out, and then we're gonna take a 20-second because I'm gonna need 20 after that one right there. My man B Rich in the building, baby. We're gonna take a 20 seconds. Eddie G's, baby. Get them cookies. You understand me? We'll be right back. Back, my bad. I'll let you boy.
Double J, tell your sponsors that I went to the website and I sent some people, but they didn't have chocolate chip oatmeal raisin cookies. They have oatmeal, but no oatmeal raisin. Tell them get some oatmeal raisin cookies.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we need some oatmeal raisin, man. We ain't gonna keep showing no commercials and ain't no oatmeal raisin. What?
It looks fantastic. It tastes fantastic. I want some oatmeal raisin.
Yeah,
support it out here.
Absolutely.
The Nuggets and the Clippers. Let's go back to the West Side. The Nuggets and Clippers. You a Clippers fan, man. What's going on, man? I'm gonna let you.
He's still repping. Still repping.
Ain't nobody got time for that. Come on, man. This dude right here, man, repping the Clippers. What's going on, man? Your boy James Harden is looking like you've been saying. James Harden, look, man.
Well, but I told you all, James Harden cannot lead any team to any kind of championship. The hope was that Kawhi would take the leadership position, but we see that unfortunately his injury and him coming back and working himself back into where he was playing at an all-star elite level, he has his hit and miss games now. So everybody's holding on tonight for dear life to see what happens tonight. But unfortunately, we'll see what's going on.
Well, it's a good series, though. I think, you know what I'm saying, either way it go. At the end of the day, though, Denver really shouldn't be up.
Not at all. This series should be over. It should have been over in 5.
It should have been, because Kawhi gave you one of them games too. One of them other games right there.
And that's what we're hoping for tonight, that he gives us one of those games tonight.
Yeah, but I'm sure after that, when he was like, okay, well, we in that era of super teams and such, Rich Paul talking about some, Bosh wasn't really a big three. Anyway, my fault.
We're going to get to that. I hope you give me a moment to tell you why I said this to you via text recently, that I think that LeBron James is the worst marketed athlete of all time.
Oh, shout out to that. Yeah, we're going to get to all of that, brother Rich.
Wow.
I need to hear that one.
You said wow or how?
Marketed athlete.
We're gonna get to that, brother Rich. Hold on. Don't crack his head yet. Don't. I told y'all. Listen, hey, this dude right here, man. Once he stepped away from the P program to make documentaries and movies, Denzel called me.
Stop.
Like, man, come get your boy, man. Come get your boy. He said your boy came on the set and did me like they did me in Glory, man. You know what I'm trying to say? I said, come on, man, slow down. I gotta get the bag, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, it's a lot of alpacas he got on this farm out there that need to be fed. I'm just saying, and then Double J earlier talking about since you wanted to know, Double J talking about he bought tickets to SpaceX or something like that. I said, oh, that's you and Brother Rich country. You know what I'm trying to say? Because me and Gully, we ain't got that kind of money. You know what I'm saying? And once upon a time, I
definitely don't.
Yeah, it used to be a time when Brother Rich and Double J would get together and find out, like we're at in the lower bowl, they was gonna sit. Me and Gully. No, for real. Me and Gully. I'm telling people what's really going on, man. I'm telling them all about it. I'm spilling beans and tea. Me and Gully used to have to wait for the Cavs, like 4 hamburgers, and then we get 4 Cavs tickets.
Right. Exactly. That's how we do.
That's me and Gully's life. You know what I'm saying? But anywho, Double J, give us an update on that Clippers Nuggets. Lakers and Wolves
ended, and it is 28-25.
Well, what side is what? Double J, what you?
We're losing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. Dang, you know what I'm saying? I say play by play, and you keep on playing.
One team scored more points than the other.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm trying to say? And then he disappeared. But anywho, Lakers and Wolves. The floor is yours, man. That series ain't supposed to be over. They got Luka. It was the big.
No, it's supposed to be over.
But before you say anything, let me say this right quick. In that series, especially I think it was the game 7, Minnesota shot 7 for 47. This is for all you people who talk about some threes beat twos.
Game 5, yeah.
Yeah, okay. 7 for 47 from 3-point field goals, right? 15% is what they shot. Worst 3-point percentage in a playoff game in NBA history. So I'm asking again, the 3 beats twos, how the Wolves win?
They beat like I told you, they beat them up. They beat that team up where they were already weak and depleted. The front court, the Lakers front court was missing even with the starters. It was already the weakest part of the team.
But that ain't what the narrative was when they went and got Luka.
Oh, I knew exactly what the narrative was when they went and got Luka.
Oh, what was the narrative?
What you said, that's all they needed. You got LeBron and Luka. That's it.
Okay.
The team was already lacking before. Right. Anthony Davis was to that point, he was still healthy. He was curiously healthy, if you will, or pleasantly surprisingly healthy. At least according to Anthony standards. Okay.
Uh-huh.
So they traded the best part of where they were otherwise weak at anyway to be stronger, to be one-sided. They were here and they went here. So last night, when they wasn't shooting from 3, at all, they beat the Lakers up where they were already weak. So if your starters are already weak compared to your opposition in the front court, what's going to happen when they get into foul trouble? You got to bring even weaker parts to help out. And look what happened.
Okay. Settle down there. Let Brother Rich have his say. You can't just be stealing this shine. We ain't seen.
No, I like that though. I'm with all of that. I got us co-sign everything he just said.
Okay, Brother Rich.
He's speaking from a purely basketball point of view, right? Again.
But basketball seems to be on the minds of the
correct, because there are those who understand that. I just had this conversation coming in that you can have a great offense, but if you can't play defense no matter what the arena is, you can be all on offense, and no matter what you're doing, whether it be a conversation, basketball, soccer, football, but if you cannot stop the other team at any point in time, they made Rudy Gobert look like he was an absolute
the second coming of Hakeem.
Yes.
Yeah.
Literally, he looked like he was an absolute out of this world superstar, where he should be the one making $300 million. Why? Because that team cannot play and does not play any reasonable defense. And let's be honest, the most consistent player in the series, if we're being honest about it, was Rui Hachimura.
Yes.
He was the most consistent Laker. He showed the depth, the grit, the fight. He played both ends of the floor. He was counted on to make crucial baskets.
Yeah.
Right? Whereas what did Luka do? He showed us that, I'm pretending to be hurt 1 minute, but when it's my time to shoot, I run down. I can make all my moves when it's time for me to shoot the ball. But when I'm back on defense, I trot back. I complain. I do all the things. And so perhaps Nico may end up looking like a genius after all. Because again,
you know what? I gotta apologize to Nico because I was like, "What you doing right there?" And I switched off my stance when it came to him, and I usually don't do that. I don't know how many shows ago it was, but I kind of saw it before. Well, it wasn't too long after he said, "Playing over here ain't hard" or something like that. He said, whatever the case may be, which I thought was a knock against American players. Then I realized he's a scorer.
He's a scorer.
If he not scoring, if he off, what else is he giving you?
He's a scorer.
What else is he giving you? Double J, that's your boy. You know what I'm saying? Don't hide now. Yeah, what else is he giving you? Yeah, other than that, you know what I'm saying?
Double J, while we're on that note, your boy, I'll tell you right now, you better be happy that you all locked up Cade Cunningham. That young man is a future superstar in the Hey, you better be locked.
Brother Rich, don't say that because he don't.
I heard
like
you're
it.
not a fan, but
he don't like it.
Yeah.
He don't like K. And listen, Brother Rich, he the one that got the drop for it.
He gave us a drop,
right? The fence Double J is on. He went and got the drop from the guy. And soon as the
he
guy,
would look good in a big city uniform.
Yeah, man. As soon as
New
we play it
York
on TV, he gonna tell us I don't
LA.
like it.
I send him to the Clippers. We'll take him. You don't want him?
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Send him to the Cavs. We'll take him too.
Nah, he ain't going to the Cavs.
Yeah. And y'all can have Sam Merrill.
He's not going from one dungeon to another.
If you had Giannis in exchange for Ivy, we'll say
Giannis. What are you smoking?
He legit want to know. Rumor mill has been going quite wild these last few days.
Giannis is New York bound. Giannis is not going from Milwaukee to Detroit.
I don't think they have the assets for it.
They will make them.
They will make the assets.
They will make them.
One of those Brooklyn will make it. Brooklyn will do it for him. He's going somewhere else. He's out of there. And again, Dame is out of there too. As soon as he gets himself together, he's out of there. Nobody wants to be in Milwaukee, brothers. I'm sorry to tell y'all that, fellas. It's not
Brother Rich, where you think Giannis going?
New York.
Oh, you okay?
Easily.
You don't think he would?
I meant to say. Let me be more specific. The Knicks or the Nets? You would think?
Whoever, based on what you all just talked about, whoever can put the package together for him. Yeah, I believe that. I think his preference is for Brooklyn. What we're hearing is that his preference is Brooklyn, but he'll go who can put the package together for him.
Yeah, that was and I'm glad Halle Burton's came out and says, your father, man, you don't do that to no grown man, bro. Not like that, man. We all know. I mean, I get Pops and, Pops is excited and all that type of stuff, man. But Giannis showed a lot of class in that situation because, like Artist Gilmore told Rudy Tomjanovich, we could be cool, man, but you just can't run up on me in a situation, man. You know what I'm trying to say? When
Here's what you're talking about. basketball. Why does his father need to get involved? Because that's what people want to do now. They want to be part of the brand. Yep. Well, he wants us to know I'm here. Well, but you're here. Sit down in your area in your lush seats courtside or in your suite upstairs.
Yeah, hello.
And just watch your son and support him. But now you want to play Shannon Sharp.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Hey, you see where that gets you?
Yeah.
Hey,
brother. Hey, listen. Hey, you see how he said it? He gonna slap. He gonna fade to black. It's that cinematic move right there.
Yeah.
He tried to hit a cinematic move on us.
No comment.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot of Double J, I'm sending you something. Can you throw this up right quick? I'm sending it to your phone. I don't know however you need to do it or whatever you need.
Admin in Discord.
Oh, I think I did. I sent it right there. Oh, did I? Oh no, dag nabbit. Hold on one second.
I got it. The recall?
No. I'm sending it to the admin chat. Bear with me, you all. It's coming through to the admin chat right now. Let me throw that up there. So let me ask this question. The way the Lakers are currently constructed, do you think that I do actually. Do you think that Redick could implement the triangle offense?
No. Because I don't think he has the pieces to run that.
You couldn't put. All you really need is you need a ball handler, a wing, some sort of wing.
But you need disciplined players first and foremost.
Well, yeah.
And you need players who are willing to run all of the options in the triangle.
Correct.
Right? And understand. Remember, that was his problem. That was the problem that he had convincing Kobe to run the triangle, to let it go through all its different permutations and allow for the best opportunity to manifest itself and take advantage of that. You cannot have that with two ball dominant ball stoppers like LeBron and Luka. That's not going to work on that.
Who are the same player?
They're the same player.
They're the same player.
Yes. Which is the problem they have now. They're the same player, so they each need the ball. So one can get hot and go off, and he has to feed the other because each one of them has to have the ball.
And who's going to run off a screen?
Cannot create shots.
Yeah, and who's running off a screen?
Correct.
Which one?
Not the dude that's 40 years old, whose age is not a detriment when he dunk on somebody or chase down, block him, and he flexing after the fact.
So on the Lakers, that person
only a
right
detriment,
now is
you know what I'm
Austin
saying, when
Reeves.
they don't get it done.
Yes. So Austin Reeves has that role, like you're talking about, Gully, running off the screen.
Right. Who's the scapegoat, Ock?
He's the no doubt about it.
No, he is, because I was asking who.
He's the scapegoat. He's going to get traded this summer.
Connect is the scapegoat.
Yep. Austin Reeves is going to get traded this summer, more than likely.
Why you
somebody
say
has to be the sacrificial lamb?
Yeah, why you say Dalton Connect though, Gully?
Because his whole demeanor changed ever since the trade.
Mm-hmm.
How do you tell a guy? Because remember, like I said before, the Dalton Connect trade did not have to occur in order to make it wasn't the numbers thing. It wasn't a deal to help get Luka there for Anthony Davis. That trade was separate. And it only failed because
Mark Williams failed his physical.
Yes, it didn't fail to be even because of Connect. He was there and ready to play. He thought, and they decided, oh yeah, we could be better without him. And so, when it didn't happen, how do you go back in the locker room knowing?
And he never recovered from that.
Yeah, no. I was just thinking that. Like, I'm sitting next to a dude, and y'all was trying to, oust me.
Yeah, and
guess who he knows was trying to trade him?
Uh-oh.
Hold
on. Which is the same.
Hold on.
Which is the same issue that Anthony Davis has now. No, he knows what happened because it came out. It's been revealed. We all know who made that move and called that shot and allowed that to happen. Dalton Connect realizes that, wait a minute, 1 minute you're mentoring me apparently, but really you're trying to get rid of me.
Yeah, listen. That has, my contention has always been, because the narrative once upon a time was he make everybody else better.
Yes.
I said, well, then how come you can't work with what's in the cabinet? Why you got to get rid of those first and then bring in specialists, but you make everybody else better? That's like Fred Astaire charged me $400 and then saying, no, your son got 2 left feet. No, the sign on the building said, it's going to be some set tripping up in here. You know what I'm trying to say? That's what we're going to have. No,
which all leads into why I say he's the worst marketed athlete of all time.
Thank you, Brother Rich. That's what I wanted you to thank you. Would you please expound on that, or do we need to take a commercial break and then come back?
It is why I'm going to say this.
Okay.
I'm going to start by using Anthony Edwards.
Okay.
And wait, and you're saying who's the worst marketed athlete?
LeBron James.
Okay.
Is the worst marketed athlete of all time.
Man.
I want to say it again. LeBron James is the worst marketed athlete of all time. Here's my contention. Who did Ant-Man tell us he was? Nobody. A basketball player. We're discovering Ant-Man on our own. The people are making Ant-Man a thing. Ant-Man never said, I'm the next this one. Mind you, you and I went through this together because we were living together in the same city when we both discovered a young, fabulous basketball player. Everyone was against him. His name was Kobe. He saw himself as a particular thing, but nevertheless, people didn't buy into that. He had to fight to prove that he was in fact that. And in fact, and indeed, at the time of his leaving this world's life, he still was not appointed and anointed by people who eventually relented after they looked at his record and said, man, Kobe was a bad boy. Who listened to the NBA players who talked about him and said, Kobe was the one and Kobe was the this. And today it's okay to say Kobe, Kobe, Kobe. But back then, Kobe fought to become that person. LeBron was anointed something that the general populace, that the rest of his peers, that the people with eyeballs who were looking at it, for instance, Kobe fans, it was a terrible marketing idea to put him immediately up against Michael Jordan, 6 for 6. You're trying to, listen, if LeBron comes back next year and plays 23 years, and he's in those 23 years, he's only won 4 championships. 4. One of which is discounted because it's a bubble ring. One of which people scream to the top of their lungs that were it not for an errant jump shot and a rebound by one of the most prolific three-point shooters, you don't have that title.
And Tim Duncan not being in the game at that time.
No doubt about it. If Kyrie doesn't save you in Cleveland, you don't have that title, right? So we can say that marketing-wise, LeBron never lived up to that kind of marketing genius. But here's what I will say to you on that, with the positive.
Well, he came out with number 23 right
correct.
out the gate.
All
yeah,
this is why I said
that.
You came out the gate putting yourself up against this iconic figure who, remember now, Michael Jordan did not come in the league saying, I'm the greatest. He came in the league at a time where Bird and Magic ran the NBA. He had to take it from them where? Not in a marketing campaign. That Nike commercials, they didn't make him who he performed on the basketball court. He
and then that
came
whole
to Cleveland, defeated the Cavaliers.
Why do you feel earned not given? Why you feel like, why you need to say that then?
All of those
Why is
things.
that necessary?
That's exactly my point. So it should have been, if we were allowed to enjoy LeBron James as just LeBron,
it's been a whole different story.
That's what I'm saying.
Whole
I'm suggesting to you, it would have been a whole different story. If he was not put up juxtaposed, and you've mentioned this before, this is the fundamental flaw in the GOAT debate. You're destroying players by this GOAT debate because we're not really able to properly compare each other. And comparison in and of itself is a dangerous thing. So this is what made, in my humble estimation.
And what you use
correct
to compare.
To make those comparisons.
To make those comparisons.
Yes.
That's
and
why
so had LeBron just been allowed to be LeBron, where he was a fabulous young man, beautiful family life. Today, we can all applaud what he's done for his son because we now see what happened to Shedeur, and we know that while he was so protective of his son, we can respect that. We can respect you as an individual that brought your team on, put them in all of these beautiful positions, and you benefited from that. We can respect all of that. What we do not respect is you coming to LA and posturing that you're better than Kobe. Terrible marketing idea. Terrible marketing idea. That was horrible. And I'm telling you this as a resident of this wonderful town. You can't play with Kobe here. You can't play around with nothing dealing with Kobe Bryant in this city. And in truth, among hoopers, NBA players, former and present, you can't play around with that. They just had something came out with, what is the young man that was drafted first in the NFL? You all are the football people. Is it Cam Ward?
Yeah, Cam Ward.
They just had a little thing on Twitter I saw where he, as a tyke, as a little youngster, is looking up at Kobe Bryant, and he says that Kobe was always the iconic figure he looked up to. All of these young athletes, they love Kobe. They grew up admiring Kobe. That should have been what we should have let that stay. Don't try to put LeBron and make him be better than Kobe. And so there were those of us silently who were rooting for the Lakers to lose because we don't want LeBron to pass Kobe or equal Kobe in ring. Lakers fans.
And not to the tune that, some people didn't want Marshawn Lynch.
No. It's a totally different thing.
Yeah, I just was pointing that out there. You know what I'm trying to say?
Totally different thing. People did not want any kind of conversation that would allow for people to prop LeBron even further up than he already is propped up. How are you dismissing consistently that Michael Jordan was 6-0 in finals? He never lost an NBA finals that he was a part of. How are you
never went to a game 7 either?
He never went to a game 7. You can't discount that in a career that spans 23 years and you only won 4 championships when you were able to get any player you ever wanted. Anybody he wanted, he got them. At a certain point in time, when he became the most powerful figure in the NBA, he could have acquired any player he wanted. And you still only won 3.5 championships. We'll call the bubble a half a championship. You won 3.5 championships with that kind of ability and skill, and you're the GOAT. And no, I thought that they should have marketed LeBron as just LeBron. Just let him be LeBron. And so now as his career is winding down, we would have appreciated him like we appreciate Steph Curry. People don't really argue about Steph Curry and who and what he is.
Yeah,
we just admire him for what he did and what he has done and who he is. We don't put him up and try to make him equal him to Jordan and try to make him equal to this guard. And we don't even try to make him equal to Isaiah Thomas. We just let him be Steph.
Now, if he mess around and win a 5th NBA title this year.
Now you see what we're talking about? If he gets a 5th, what do we say now? Let's look at that. How can you be considered the GOAT? You weren't even the best of your era. Steph has as many rings as you. And if he were to get 5, and let's be honest, let's be quite honest, the Warriors were a worse team than the Lakers this year. So we can already say right now they got further than the Lakers because they are going to go on to the second round. We know that by now, right? So let's say now that they go to the Western Conference Finals. Can we say that?
I don't know, because the Rockets and the Warriors, they still got one more. It's only 3-2.
It's 3-2. Yeah, it's 3-2. But again, what I'm saying is they are right now, they're 3-2. Where are the Lakers? They're at home.
Okay, I got you. Yeah.
We know that Steph can go on. He might not, but he can go on. So I can say to you, if you're talking the season, we played deeper into the season than you. You went home 4-1.
Yeah.
And y'all got blown out the gym.
Hey, and how many appearances now? Because that used to be a thing too, where he went 10 straight appearances. Okay, well, he got 4 straight appearances of getting knocked out the first round or something like that. Okay. His resume is starting to look the wrong way, like Michael's. Everybody want to say look the right way.
Every time you face Steph Curry, he beat you, except the one time when the league helped you. Let's be honest, that's on the table as well.
Yeah,
Steph beat you, except when the league helped you and suspended Draymond Green.
That's an interesting parallel to Michael Jordan because remember. Jordan detractors often bring up Zeke. They often bring up, well, you know what? He couldn't win to the Pistons. Yeah, I think in playoff series all time, Michael Jordan is one for 4 against Pistons. Yeah, against the Pistons or against Isaiah Thomas in the playoffs. 1 for 4. That's the same, if not a better record than LeBron James versus the Warriors or LeBron James versus Steph in the playoffs. They haven't met yet, and this season is another one. They haven't met yet in the Western Conference.
See,
right, and you look at the comparison, right? The interesting parallels. You look at the comparison. Under no certain, there are very few people that consider Isaiah Thomas the GOAT. And there
nobody
are very few people
has ever mentioned that.
Yeah, and there are the same, and that same amount of people consider Steph Curry the GOAT.
I've heard that conversation.
But here's my my whole thing with that, all of that is going to always be when did that become a thing?
This is what I'm saying.
You understand what I'm saying?
Nike marketing LeBron made that a thing.
Okay, got you. Because when Kareem had the scoring record at 39-something thousand, whatever points it was, how many 3-pointers did he have up to that point in all them points? 3? I didn't even know Kareem had the scoring record when I was watching him play. All I know is he had the sky hook.
Right.
Then all of a sudden, Cappy Poindexter, no offense, I'm just saying Poindexter as in with his pocket protector, come out, you know what I'm saying, and put his hypotenuse together, you know what I'm saying, and then grabbed his isosceles and was like, oh, I got next gen.
Right.
And then he called up FanDuel and Bleacher Report and DraftKings, and they were like, oh, run it. Now all of a sudden, you know what I'm saying, this guy's usage rate, like, bruh, I don't need the paper to tell me what a plus minus. All I know is when I seen him come on the floor, Bernard King, he just busted dude for 30. That's
this
all the plus minus
See,
I need to
we
see.
never thought about is Bernard King the best. We knew Bernard King was a fantastic basketball.
Exactly. Bernard was a bad boy. You understand me?
Remember, we Hoopers, we begrudgingly, this is well documented now. There's a Celtic series somewhere on one of these channels where we begrudgingly accepted and admitted that Larry Bird was one of the best basketball players of all time. They could not force him on us. His game made us respect him.
There's nothing you can do.
Yes,
there's nothing you can do.
Ant-Man's game is making you say, hey, who's that guy right there? That boy is a bad boy. And he has no couth. He has no manners. He's not a trained artist where he's been marketed a certain way. No, he's just a straight, raw, natural talent, a very gifted young dog, right? That's what he is, a very gifted young dog. So who he becomes to us, he'll become that over these next several seasons as he continues to elevate and grow. And then we will place him somewhere, as opposed to Nike telling us he's the one, he's the GOAT, he's equal to this, and the only one near to Jordan. No, you're not. Nobody's near to Michael Jordan. Not even my beloved Kobe Bryant.
Hey. I still don't. Where are the Vernon Maxwell quote unquote moments for a guy like LeBron? I'm just saying. I don't hear no player saying, "Man, that man, I'm tired." Because you heard what he said about Kobe, and you heard what he said about Mike.
No. Actually, to be fair, there are a couple. There should be a lot more, but there are a couple.
No. I'm talking about when. See, listen. I ain't talking about. Hold on. I ain't talking about the Alex Trebek type of dudes. The ones who, when Alex Trebek, man, he rests when he was on there talking about you need to get Colonial Pen. Like, you got Blue Cross Blue Shield. Sit down, you know what I'm saying? I see the envelope hanging out your pocket. You know what I'm saying? If you don't get Colonial Pen today, you're going to regret it. Listen, like, yeah, Alex, yeah, okay. What I'm saying to you, and we ain't talking about the ones on the clutch payroll. We ain't talking about them kind. I'm talking about them guys when you see them on them podcasts and you look at their expressions as they recalling that story, that it's almost like being at Shawshank.
And that's why when I send those to the thread, what do I say? No comment. Why? Because they speak for themselves. It's not Kobe saying that people saw me as this. No, the players are telling you.
Yeah, when they recalling that moment.
This boy was like this.
Exactly.
This.
Do you see it in their eyes?
So where's that, Gully? Tell me what you were.
Yeah, where's that for that player?
2007 Game 6 versus the Pistons, 25 straight points.
Everybody.
I remember
that.
Okay.
Yes,
2013 Game 6 versus the Celtics.
I remember that too because him and Paul Pierce were going at each other.
Hey, brother, but you see. Okay, so he mentioned, but you see how you got to look at the sky. He got to pull him out. You got to pull him out the cloud.
No, it's to be very specific because I know how you nitpick.
Listen,
don't understand. And plus, you are in the top left of my screen when I do that. So I am looking at you, sir. Okay, so when I do that,
you're telling me about a performance. That's not what I asked.
What I'm telling you is, what I'm saying is, before I chop a tree down, I need to make sure I know exactly where it's going to land. So I give all credit where credit is due before I do that.
Making sure no tree land.
In fairness, there are moments that we need to, because we don't want to listen. If you talk about your argument,
Gully, here's my counter to you. Here's the card I'm putting back on the table. I agree with you, right?
I don't.
I do agree with him. But let me give him a moment to counteract that. Linsanity had moments. Is he the GOAT?
No, not at all.
Okay. Linsanity had moments.
That's
where he lit up the garden.
Right.
Where is he today?
Talking about him.
Yeah. John Starks had moments.
Right.
John Starks had some moments.
Right.
Yeah.
John Starks had some moments.
Yeah.
If you're an NBA player and you've made it there, you should have some moments. We can actually say right now, Rudy Gobert had some moments. Right now, the way you're talking about that game, we could say people are going to say the same thing about Rudy Gobert in a few years. Man, you remember Rudy Gobert? Man, he had 27 and 24.
Right. So I'm not talking about the performance. You're right. Those were the performance. I'm talking about players, former or current, that if you ask 40 dudes, man, ain't nobody asking, man, what's your LeBron moment? They say, man, what's your Kobe moment? They be like, man, Vernon Maxwell, he sit up. Oh my gosh, man. Gary Payton.
Yeah.
When they're recalling these stories, man, you can feel it.
Right.
Remember, who did, rest in peace, Jerry West put on the basketball court with Kobe Bryant when he came for his Laker workout? Do you recall?
Michael Cooper.
One of the best NBA defenders of all time. He said Kobe wore him out. That he could do nothing with him.
Yeah.
This is Michael Cooper at a time where he was not the Michael Cooper of today, where he's almost 60 years old. No,
he was elite Michael Cooper.
Elite Michael Cooper. He had just, he was still hooping in words.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he said he couldn't do nothing with Kobe.
Yeah,
nothing.
I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying. I get it. Everybody want the guy that they like to be the guy in front of the guy, and ain't nobody else next to that guy. That's a bunch of bull crap, is what I'm saying. Even if
I'll throw this young boy I just got my eyes on now.
Who?
Kate Cunningham. He has had some moments. He has done some things. He has had some bursts where you're like, wait a minute, who is this guy? Right?
Yeah.
Now, if he keeps doing that, he's going to do what? The language is called what? Not have somebody make a name for me, make a name for yourself. And where do you make that name? There's a Double J. I don't know if he's still on, but there's a beautiful young soccer player. His name is Lamil Yamal.
Yes, sir.
When you see this young guy play, you have no doubt he is a fabulous talent. And today the comparisons are starting, but not because he's marketed a certain way, not because he wears a certain number, because of what he does on the football pitch or the soccer pitch, as we call it.
Right.
What he does on the field of play. Ant-Man, the league does not want Ant-Man to be the face of the league. He's too raw. But he's becoming that because his talent is dictating that.
Listen, this is not manufactured.
This is what I'm saying.
Your boy number 23 was a manufactured star. I said that in 2004. You understand what I'm trying to say? Ant is organic.
Yes.
Ant got that old school. When I step on here, you're going to know for 48 minutes or however long I'm out here, you're going to know that you was in one tonight.
Yeah. But if we had just been allowed to know LeBron as Bron, let him be Bron. Let him be that. Let him be a fantastic young man. He's a fantastic role model. He's a wonderful human being. Excellent father. He's an excellent businessman. His brand he's taken care of his brand and cultivated it. But that other part about you the GOAT and you near it, that's not.
Detroit fan man, shout out Detroit fan man. He weighing in again. He said it would have been nice.
What happened to K tonight? Your boy
lost. Just a little bit of that tonight. He couldn't trip.
Oh, they lost. Well, I knew they were gonna lose because they can't. They don't have enough to beat the Knicks. They don't have enough.
Oh yeah, say it again, brother Rich.
No, Rich understands that they're not helping.
Barbershop,
he understands that they're not helping.
Let him cook, brother Rich. Let him cook.
No, let me say this then. Okay, let me say no. We ain't no cooking in here because I'm a vegan. I'm vegan.
Yo, brother Rich.
If anything, we're gonna eat a salad.
Man,
that's what we're gonna do.
They got sour grapes, brother Rich. They got the
first of all, brother Rich. I asked him. Because see, this is what he do. This one right here. The guy around in the cattle corner at the 45 to 17 degree angle.
Your family member.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh man. Hell no. Don't tell nobody that, man. It's called disassociation.
Remember, I know y'all very well.
Yeah. Okay. What I'm saying is he go and watch a couple of YouTube get up first take clips and he compile them and then he be like, I told y'all.
Do that. No, sir. I'm not gonna let you put that on.
But I'm asking him. And then to Double J, here we go again.
Double J. He get the stuttering and futtering, boy.
Okay. Yeah. Listen, Double J, because I'm trying to hurry up and get it out because they don't work like it used to. Double J can speak to this point. If you go back and watch every game of that series, you ain't even got to watch all the games in their entirety. If you go back and watch, you will see there were moments like tonight. It was a moment where the score was 70-67, I believe, late in the third. And shout out Detroit fan man. He said K was 0 of 8 from 3 tonight.
That's all right.
Okay, but the score was 70-67 or something like that. And I don't know who it was for New York, but they took an off-balance shot. And Anunoby came right in between the two. The Cade and everybody was just standing there watching. Now, me and Khalil watching the game, he's like, oh, man, he should have made that pass. I said, see, this is what I mean by when you watch the game, don't just watch that play. Mm-hmm. In order to understand why that play was or was not successful, go back to the beginning is what I say. You get what I'm saying? Of that possession, if you would. Then it'll help you understand why that happened or didn't happen as you thought it should or shouldn't in that moment. I said, bruh, basketball 101 is always going to be about nuances. I'm going to say it again. As you all watch these playoffs, I know it's a challenge, but I want you to take a towel if you have one. I know, well, Brother Rich and Double J, y'all got 95-inch projector screen, so you probably can't be able to do it. Gully, this is for me and you. Yeah. Take it, we got them little, one with the rabbit ear still. You know what I'm trying to say? Right. Take a
got that
towel.
Gold Star.
Yeah, take a towel and drop it over down the front or some type of sheet or whatever the case, something big enough, because for all you folks that got 95-inch, you know what I'm saying, on the back of an 18-wheeler, something that's big enough, and come and bring it right down till you can see the tops of the ankles and feet of the players. And just watch that. Just do it for 4 minutes. And I promise you, when you take the sheet off and you go back to watch the game, your perspective is going to be entirely different. There are nuances. there should have been a call out for box out on that particular play.
Right.
When you see a player taking a shot, everybody else, box out, body is what we call it. So you make contact. That's what made Charles Barkley such a fantastic rebounder in and amongst big men. He locates a person first and then seals him. The ball gonna come right to you. Nobody boxed Anunoby out. There were little nuances in this game that the Pistons need to tighten up the screws. But in games 2 and 3,
timeout. That possession you're talking about, nobody boxed Anunoby. Who shot the ball?
Possession was a mess.
That whole possession was raggedy.
You couldn't. So I watched that possession as well, and the first thing I saw was that with the ball kind of moving around, that the three was wide open.
So you talking about for Detroit or
No, Double J. I'm talking about the possession where Anunoby went between Cade and somebody else and got the putback right at the rim.
Right. No, that's what I'm saying.
There
was a 3-point shot. This is what I mean. This was an ongoing issue.
Okay, got you.
The absence of Isaiah Stewart was certainly emphasized when it came to plays like that and clash in the boards in particular.
Right.
Because there were just, whether it was, if you wanted to simplify it to defensive rotations, but I don't think it was as easy as simply calling it that. If you're going to give up an open 3, fine, but you can't do both. You can't give up the open 3 and then not, crash the boards.
Crash the boards, exactly.
Box out.
But what I'm saying I watched enough of the Pistons. I didn't watch tonight's game or whatever the case may be, but I watched the first 5 games. And what I saw from the Pistons Knicks is something contrary to what we saw from Minnesota and that last game in Minnesota anyway. Whatever we just mentioned it, whatever the Minnesota shot from 3-point percentage, and they shot 15% from the 3. 15%. You're not going to find that in no NBA game for the last 10 years, finals or otherwise, that a team shoot 15% from 3
at that volume. That's what
I have a theory as to why. If you watch Anthony Evans last night,
But that's what I'm getting to. Even though they did not do what is customary nowadays, you ask yourself, well, how did they win that game? Go back and look at it. Like to put Gully Sport, they did the other things that are still necessary, even though the next gen says no. You see what I'm saying? All that seems to matter is percentage. No, you need to dive for loose balls. You need to box out on rebounds. There are things that cannot be measured that still matter in playoff games, NBA or otherwise, period.
Right.
Period.
Absolute fact.
Period. The free throw line. Who just missed a couple free throws the other day and game should have been over, but went to overtime or something crazy like that? I told Khalil, I said, out of all of that fanciness that just took place for 40-some-odd minutes, look what the game still come down to.
Well, and I'll point out Asar Thompson. I don't know what he shot officially from the free throw line, but I did not witness him make one.
Wow.
Hey, and let me tell you something else. Shout out to Dame. We talked about Milwaukee, and we all believe Giannis is on his way up out of there, right?
That's a wrap.
But take a look at these shoes that these dudes are wearing, bro. They cute. Oh my gosh. Oh, they got pink ribbons and bows on them. You know what I'm saying? They got little dog ears and whistles. When you step on them, they make little woo-hoo sounds and all that other type of bullshit. They do all of that. But yet and still, you know what I'm saying? And I ain't laughing at him because I ruptured the patellas in both knees. So I know what it's like for that, what he happened. They had to get cut on at some point again. And he just came back from the thrombosis. But I'm just talking about the shoes right now. Hey, bro, get something with some ankle support. Get something with some ankle support, bro.
Apparently, I was the one who needed to turn it off. Apparently, he only missed the ones that I was watching.
Yeah.
Oh, so you like
literally he missed all 3 that I watched.
All right. Yeah, okay, got you.
The Wolves made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 shots from outside the paint.
Wow.
Everything else was inside. Everything else was inside.
So if they took 90 shots, 8 of them was outside the paint.
They only made them 7 3. Aside from them 7 3-pointers, they had one. There was one shot at like the elbow.
Yeah.
Of the free throw line, or like pretty much at the free throw line. Everything else was inside the free throw line. They beat them. They gut. It was a root canal, bro.
I'm gonna just drop this here in the group, and in particular to Gully and Barbershop. Double J, you and I are soccer men, so we don't speak this particular language, but they do as boxers. They're related to boxers, know a lot about boxing. Brothers, in the sport of boxing, a fighter is instructed and encouraged prior to the fight to refrain from certain activities and behaviors. You saw that in Anthony
that's why
Edwards.
I didn't last long in boxing.
You saw that in Anthony Edwards last night.
outboxed.
His knees were weak, so they weren't making nothing from outside the arc. Everything he put up outside, you could see his knees because he had a little bit too much fun in LA.
Yeah.
I'll leave it at that.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. That's why I'm not coming to Hollywood, bro. Look how Brother Rich got the hoodie game on. He's chilling. You know what I'm saying? He's got some hookah.
I'm not no hookah for me, sir.
Yeah. Okay, let's get to these playoffs. Now that the other matchups are set, we're gonna get everybody's picks on who gonna advance, who not gonna advance. Then I'm gonna mention something else about something Adam Silver said. So anywho, on the west side, right quick, so we can get on out of here. Brother Rich, once again, we appreciate him for joining us.
I'm honored to have been here. Thank you, man.
Always a pleasure to have Brother Rich on. You know what I'm saying? The Thunder and obviously the winner of the Clippers Nuggets. Who y'all think gonna win the Clippers Nuggets though? On the straight up.
Clippers. I'm just saying that because
okay. I know it's all good, Brother Rich. I know.
Hey, we ain't got we don't have to. We need somebody else. We need
yeah.
And we need a new coach. I'm on record as saying, I'm hoping that if we lose this
really, you done with your boy Ty Lue?
Been done with him. He's
because
a clutch
of what?
Plant. He's a clutch plant.
Oh
no,
yeah.
Ty Lue is definitely the clutch plant. Clipper Nation does not G for Ty Lue, and here's what I mean by that. Ty Lue's decision making is coming into question lately at clutch moments where we're wondering, is he coaching?
No pun intended.
No pun
clutch
intended.
Moments.
Is he coaching with the sense of purpose that he once had? Right, and so we question whether or not he's even interested. Remember, this is a person who openly tells you he wanted the Laker job. Right? And so he ended up with the stepsister in the building. So we're wondering, is he as motivated in this job as perhaps someone who may be a little bit more motivated? Maybe Van Gundy might be a little bit more motivated.
You know what, Brother Rich? You just said there, and then that no comment that we heard yesterday.
This is what I'm saying to you. Pay attention to all these things.
Yeah, remember I'm talking about the no comment that we got yesterday that he immediately expounded on, but then
this is what I'm saying to you. Okay.
Okay.
You all know I've never considered James Harden a serious basketball player.
I know. Yeah, of course not.
A serious basketball player.
I know, but because he was with your boys, you ain't gonna bail the ship on him.
And that's he's not a serious basketball player. He's there. He might as well play for the Globetrotters. That's his game. He has more of a Harlem Globetrotters.
He got a Globetrotter game, don't he? Yeah, more like the Washington Generals. Okay, so let's say it's the Clippers against the Thunder in the Western Conference Finals.
Semifinals.
No, it wouldn't be West. I'm sorry. In the semi, who would you have, Thunder or Clippers?
Interestingly enough, I think we would beat them. Here's why. Because I think they're young, and the reality is Denver is a bad matchup for the Clippers. They are the worst matchup
because of Joker.
Because of Joker.
Yeah.
Because
no other team.
Joker, nobody else will have that piece of the puzzle. Because Joker is who makes the other players around it. When you talked earlier about players making players better, Joker literally really does that.
Right? Yeah. And I'm gonna say this to you. They would. I just don't see who spells Joker when he needs a rest.
Correct.
If there was somebody if he had a JaVale McGee, somebody.
So you don't think that Aaron Gordon is even serviceable in that capacity?
No, Aaron Gordon is more so your 4. He ain't really playing no 5.
I see what you mean. Okay, got you.
Yeah, I'm talking about another big, somebody that can make. Well, Zubac ain't, he not the second coming of I'll take him over David Robinson. My bad. That's it out loud. But somebody to make them work on the other side, man. You get what I'm trying to tell you? Right. Dollar for dollar, if you would. The Nuggets would because we talk about
they're
bench.
a serious matchup. Nuggets are a serious.
Yeah.
Serious squad.
Okay, so
even without their coach and
yes.
GM. Yeah, that's amazing.
Double J, is this what about this one? This comment good? Are you there? Yep. All right, shout out to the brother BKL Contreras. Oh, okay. All right, shout out, baby. Sports entertainment.
He's a Knicks fan. Guy. That's what that is. He's a Knicks fan.
I know. We're now advancing.
He's
we beat the
Knickerbockers.
Yeah. Ain't nobody, man. You know, shout out Jalen Brunson, man. That's that. You know that Villanova this thing run deep. Double J. Okay, so if it's the Clippers and the Thunder, you picking the Clippers, bro, Rich?
Absolutely.
But Nuggets Thunder, he picking the Nuggets.
Nuggets, I'm picking the Nuggets.
So you're not picking the shot to get.
No,
ain't nobody.
I think that
it's over with for them.
Their youth is going to catch up to them, which is what's happening with Houston. Their youth is catching.
Yeah.
Young teams it matters now, especially now. These, quite frankly, I don't tune in till the playoffs, and these have been the best playoffs I've seen in a lot of years. And that commentary seems to repeat itself on when I see on Twitter people talking about it seem to agree that these have the feeling of real playoff basketball. Yes.
So what propelled Houston to win that game the other night versus over?
Oh yeah, he clowning.
I'll tell you what.
At least we're not talking. No, put that back
His
up there.
His name is Ime Udoka. That's what propelled them.
At least we're not talking about Lakers and 5 because we didn't see one.
So they'll be there next year. I'm not doubting that at all. Houston will be there. They're one of the young teams that's on the rise. Oklahoma City, the Pistons, believe it or not, those are young teams. The Cavaliers certainly are there now. We'll see if that's live or is it Memorex.
Yeah.
Well, they got a test, and I'll tell you what, them Pacers, they got a real test.
That's why I said we'll see down whether it's real with them.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna get to. We're gonna get to the East Side next. Okay, so I'm saying I think the Clippers and the Nuggets could beat the Thunder too.
Yes.
But but Shy on the mission though, because he did he win the MVP or it ain't out yet?
He should win the MVP.
He should, but I think Joker's gonna get it. I think Joker gonna get it again.
Oh wow, okay.
That's what I
can't
think.
Speak to that enough. I can't.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I've been rolling with the Thunder all year, man. I don't know. No matter who come out of that, Nuggets or Clippers, I'm rolling with Shy.
Okay.
I'm rolling with Shy, man. I've been rolling with Shy because I think the Clippers regret letting him go for playoff.
There's no thing. That's a fact.
Yeah,
we definitely regret letting
playoff putrid Paul. Yeah. And he had the nerve when he left there and make it seem like the Clippers was like what? Really? Oh man, that's what happens. Some dudes can't handle a podcast. You know what I'm saying? Like some people, I'm just saying.
No, he should not have ever done that. I agree.
Yeah, like
play basketball.
Yeah, for real. Like some people can't handle their drinking. No, give me your keys.
Facts.
It's the reason why some people need designated drivers. I'm just saying.
Absolutely facts.
Especially them folks that's vice president of RMA, the Rented Mule Riders Association. If the Wolves, we already know. Obviously, we've been talking about they've already advanced. So should it be the Wolves and the Warriors? That's prime time, right?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Who you got?
The Wolves, pardon me.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ant-Man.
Yeah,
Stephen. They can't do nothing with that boy.
Yeah, because what he doing, he's a throwback.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? When he come off the floor, I guarantee you, unlike some of the guys Pop had, because Pop said it a couple years ago. He said, man, I got guys now, they come off the floor in the timeout, they want to know how many points they got. Ant ain't one of them, they don't care.
Right.
Ant don't care about the points. Ant he don't like you. And that's why I said I don't care what sport it is, bro. And I don't care what level, from the park to the parquet and all points in between. There's a formula. Period. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Dexter Lawrence for the Giants. He would go pregame and let everybody that was out on the opposition. He would walk up to him. Hey man, I'm Mr. Lawrence. I'm gonna be with you all day, all night. We gonna, ain't no free ones, not today. You know what I'm trying to say? And a lot of times, man, that'll win you more games. Because listen, don't tell me that basketball really is all about running plays, maybe out of timeouts and such. Okay, but here's what I'm gonna say to you. Jay Wright, when he was at Villanova, said he ran basketball he taught concepts. John Lucas once said, man, I don't call no plays. George Gervin said it too. And here's the killer part. You want me to tell you how I know for real, that you really don't need them plays per se in the game, regardless of the level. We all played at the park. When you go to the park and it's a park that ain't your park, and you ask who got winners, and they say you do, you picking 4 dudes you ain't never played with.
Right.
But when you pick them 4 dudes you ain't never played with, y'all own it for the rest of the day. Now, why is that?
Right.
Because basketball is really one of them sports, man. If you really study, like Rondo said, man, the study, man, the answers are in the answers to the test is in the film study.
Yep.
Roll to the open space. 1, 2, 3. What if you do? If he come and set the pick over here, make sure it's set, then go around. I mean, come on, man. Get to the open space. But everybody, again, or why I call it basketball. I mean, we saw Tyler Hero, a game or 2 before season's end, get out on a fast break and was all by himself. Well, nothing body in front of him. And he put on he looked like a Clydesdale trying to stop. So he could shoot that 3. We got a couple comments. We're going to get to these comments. Then we're going to get out of here. I'm sleepy and so's Brother Rich. Yeah.
It's earlier here than it is then, my friend.
Yeah.
It's about to be midnight for y'all.
Barbershop has a point. Yeah. Oh, that's right. I forgot. Yeah, you just, right. He's making a movie. Yeah. Quiet on the set. Oh, my gosh. Shout out who that is right there again. I like that little
Brother BK.
Yeah, that's BK. Brother BK Contreras.
Yeah,
sports entertainment guy.
Was on a lot of the Monday shows with us.
Oh, okay. Straight up then. Shout out to him again, Brother BK. You understand, man? Not the BK have it your way, baby. Not today. You understand? It's BSJ show, baby. I'm just saying. Okay, so Wolves, Warriors. We've taken the Wolves, right? Yep. Yeah, we all picking the Wolves. All right, on the east side.
We're going the Warriors.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to ride with Gully on this one.
Oh, okay.
In 7. Oh, okay. But when y'all two on that side pick the Wolves, wasn't no it was just
the buttons was broke. The buttons was broke.
Soon as we go inside, all right.
Buttons was broke. I'm just saying. Okay, on the east side, Cavs versus Pacers.
I'm gonna go with the Cavs. I like what I saw when I watched them against us. I like the Cavs.
I'm gonna say 6.
They came to play us out here, and I watched them. Remember that game I went to?
Yeah.
I saw the Cavs. I
think the Cavs in 6.
Hey, I tell you what, I know who else in these playoffs so far up to this point going 13 deep. Atkinson went 13 deep in the rotation, baby.
Right. That level of depth. Yeah, I actually because I was just looking at the Wolves, Lakers, stat sheet from yesterday. I think the Lakers only played 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's your boy. That's your boy, JJ Redick. That's your boy. Hey, I wish my son was right here again. Because I'm telling you, what we do on this show, I already rehearsed it, so to speak, because my sons keep me on my toes. Bruh. No, I'm gonna save it for a little bit later. Okay. I'm gonna save it for a little bit later. At the end of the day, that Pacers Bucks series, you say Giannis is gone. I said Giannis.
Out.
Like, you think he gone?
Out.
Unfortunately, we did pick the Warriors, but I always ride Thunder and Cavaliers in the finals. You think it's gonna be wire to wire, the Thunder and the Cavs? Okay, I ain't mad at you. I don't know though, man. I don't know. Yeah, Doc Rivers is gone. No.
Appropriate, right?
Yeah. Doc
what
Rivers
is he coaching them for? I mean, what has Doc Rivers done recently? Why he should keep getting these jobs other than he's Doc Rivers?
Yeah, let me.
I'm serious.
Hey, Flo Lee. I mean, literally, the way that they collapse is like only Doc Rivers could have done that.
Terrible. Let's be honest. He's terrible.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not hating on he's paid. He's okay. He's got his reputation. He won a ring, but let's be honest, he is terrible.
Right. Yeah, that was Rondo. I think that was Rondo.
He's terrible.
Rondo have you all listened to how Rondo talk when he talking basketball? When he talking X's and O's?
He's very intelligent. Knows
very.
the game.
You talking about a high basketball IQ?
Yes.
Now you know your boy Rondo have a lot of praise for LeBron playing with him, right? You know that, right?
What
Of
happened?
course he does. LeBron is a wonderful young man and a great basketball player. He's just not the GOAT.
No, that wasn't you, brother Rich. That was at your boy.
That was for me, brother Rich. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? This is what we do. When you're not here, this pot shot week on Billy J.
This guy right
Yeah, they
there.
call me Billy J. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Anyway, right. Okay, so I'm taking Cavs too in that series. You know what I'm saying?
taking Cavs in 6.
They Cavs showed me something. But I wanted to throw this up here right quick. Would you all do this trade?
Absolutely not.
Oh, brother Rich. Dun, 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 dun. No?
Heck no.
I don't know.
No.
Yeah, because Giannis don't want to come to Cleveland.
No, you're making it worse. And them brothers they definitely don't want to go from Cleveland to Milwaukee.
Right. Ooh, brother Rich. Well, okay, yeah, I got you. Yeah. I mean, it looked good. And when I first looked at it, I was like, ooh, then I thought about it.
Norman Powell is going.
I mean, they would have to think they're being punished if you did that to either one of those players. They would really believe you're punishing them. Who hates me? God hates me. I'm moving from Cleveland to Milwaukee. Milwaukee to Cleveland. Jesus Christ.
Who hates me? God
Who hates me? What law have I offended in the universe that this is my lot?
Who hates me? God hates me. Jesus.
It's not gonna happen.
Wow.
Brother BKL, I guess Doc Rivers is not going anywhere and Giannis is on the move. He probably needs to go east side and west side like New York Knicks and Dallas Mavericks. Also, don't go Lakers, including Cavaliers. Yeah, I wouldn't. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, well.
He's not going to Dallas because they got problems. They need to settle down for a little while, right? And we need to know what they have over there.
Yeah.
He's going to New York. Okay? That's where he wants to go. His people want to go there. He's going to New York.
Is the Nets going to come too?
Why not? That's his buddy. That's his brother. That's his Bronny.
Oh, brother Rich. Celtics and the Knicks, man.
Celtics.
You think so?
5. Easily. The Knicks are overrated. The Knicks don't have nothing. Them guys are not going to win no title with that. He works them. He runs them guys like a Ford Pinto into the ground.
Yeah.
This ain't Detroit where you can get parts on just. Well, you can't even get them no more.
Yeah, I'm about to say you can't. I just seen a GM GM got a recall.
Yeah, I'm hoping they take mine.
Yeah. Bro,
get me out of that thing.
Double J, that you got in this Suzu. Stop. Don't be trying to double J. He over there putting stickers on the hey, he done call exhibit. Hey man, I need to build my I need to take it back to a GMC, baby.
Well.
Hey, listen. Hey, I ain't listen. I trust and believe. Yeah, let me give myself a button. Because by no means am I making light of your situation. I'm just only doing it to try to alleviate some pressure of mine. Because I drive a Volkswagen, and listen, I got airbag recalls, and they tell me they ain't even got the parts in. You know what I'm saying? Volkswagen going under. Them terrorists is like who shot the sheriff? You know, it wasn't me because I shot the deputy. I'm just saying, we got another comment rolling in here. Brother BK weighing again. He said, yeah, we did pick the Celtics, but I love to see Knicks to beat in 6, but no, I'm good. Yeah, no.
No shot.
Yeah, Celtics.
Detroit just had they played it, had their style of play been different, a little bit more. And then I'm seeing this too. JB he's good at if you have a NBA team that's a jigsaw puzzle, you know, when you take the jigsaw and just dump it out on the table.
Yeah.
He's good for getting the starter pieces set.
Framing the border.
Yes, there you go. So that you can do, you know what I mean? But I saw a lot of what befell him with the Cavs towards the end. I saw that in this series. You see what I'm saying? Because I was actually paying attention, a little closer attention to that series so that I could, some folks at work, I would have, because we've been having this conversation about JB. You know, and I was getting ready. I was apologize to him, like, "Hey, no, but I saw some stuff real.
No, sorry, not sorry.
No, I am because he did it. He listen. I mean, I know I'm Elmer Fudd here these last 18 seconds, but my gosh, but he did.
He can't.
The Pistons won all of what? 14 games a year ago, Double J?
Right.
Yep. I think that was 2 years
and they
combined.
and how many what'd you say?
2 years combined.
2 years combined.
Yeah, okay. And how many games did they win this year?
In the mid 30s.
No.
What? They want more than that. What happened? Oh man, put the Lucian
He
down.
busy,
My
man.
gosh,
Yo,
man.
Double J.
Nobody
got time for that.
Man, mid 30s.
Double J busy, man.
I'm trying to figure out who's on the Lucia tonight. Is it Double J or Barbershop? Which one is it?
No, it ain't me, Brother Rich.
Hey, the weekend was getting started early in Detroit.
I can't.
It was 30 games. Wait, hold on. Here's the problem with that statement. You think they won 30 games and you picked them to beat the Knicks in the playoffs this season?
Yeah, Double J. Yeah. That's you're not helping our cause. What you doing? How many games did the
look? I've watched too many Tom Thibodeau teams.
We're talking about the Pistons.
They will lead the whole league
Absolute fact.
until April 1st, and then they completely run out of gas.
Well, when you get caught sleeping and the teacher calling your name to answer the question,
you'd be like, "Of course it was 12." You're like, "We're doing English here. What are you talking about?" You know what I'm trying to say? Exactly. I asked you how many games did the Pistons win this season compared to the last two combined?
I think they won 32.
Double
J. I'm just telling you what I heard recently. I'm just gonna throw this out here.
Oh, okay.
I heard that Michigan has more marijuana dispensaries than any other place in the Midwest. So much so that my boy called me at 420 and said the lines in Michigan at the dispensaries were ridiculously
It was
long.
running back into Ohio.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
I just want to throw that out there.
Yeah, maybe
that's true.
More so than Colorado.
Yes, because it's new in Michigan in terms of what they're opening up now. So it's new, and the surrounding states are all going to Michigan to now support the activities.
Yeah, Indiana still acts like it's prohibition, and,
yes.
and they literally will have those like the fancy bags that they put them in these days.
Yes,
you know,
I didn't know you sent barbershop some
screenshots. You know,
No, he didn't send me something. My man, brother BKL. He said the Pistons are 44-38. That's at 53.
537. Yeah.
But aren't they to be commended for that? Because when I was hearing about the Pistons early in the season, they were trash.
Yeah, nobody
expected
expected
give them credit for that.
Nobody expected them.
Did a fantastic job with that, and that's why I said they just didn't have enough to get over. But they'll be okay. They'll be okay if they can manage to, contrary to Double J's popular opinion, if they can manage to hold on to Cade Cunningham, they'll be just fine.
Hey, get him out of there, Double J. You know somebody. Hello, pick up the phone.
Absolutely not. No.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah,
the rumor mill is Devin Booker is desperate to come back, and obviously Matt Ishbia is building.
Come back where?
His company's headquarters is in Oakland County, so kind of near where the.
Oh no, bro, no.
And of course, he's a huge donor to Michigan State.
Devin Booker,
wants
to come back to Michigan, to Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
Is he from there?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, he's from there.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, right. We trying to figure out why.
That makes sense.
We all trying to figure out what. I'm over here Googling like, wait, what?
Bro,
y'all would be better off with Cade Cunningham. I mean,
okay, so he's a homer.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sense.
Him and Kyle Kuzma was trying to do the same thing, but it's like.
Yeah, well, Kyle Kuzma, he's a different ball of wax than.
The pink sweaters. Hey, all I'm saying to you is though,
I told Doc to explain that. That's a Flint thing.
Yeah, Drake. Drake, Kyle Kuzma, and Devin Booker. Man, they was last seen out in the Maldives on a banana boat. That's all I'm saying, man. So. Drake is bad juju, bro. I told y'all once y'all let him in the building, it was a done. Brother BKL weighing in again. He said, "Yeah, we did. Heard Devin Booker's coming back to the Suns, and they need to KD in a trade."
Yeah, KD is out of there. He's out of there. That's
LeBron and KD were just trending on Twitter. I didn't get a chance.
Where to? But to LA?
I hope he comes to the Clippers. I'm gonna be honest with you. I hope he finishes his run with the Clippers. We need that third.
Now, KD would compliment Kawhi better than
correct. That's why I thought he
playoff
should come
putrid
in.
did.
Yes, yes.
But would you be willing to move on from Norman Powell versus building around him?
If we talking about
I don't think we can. I don't think we absolutely. I don't think we could even debate that.
No
KD,
question.
And I like Norman Powell. I do.
Yeah,
I like him.
but
I do. As a Clipper fan, I like Norman Powell. But I'm not going to pretend that KD is not better in that slot. KD lives in LA, right?
Oh, I got you, BK.
He lives here.
Yeah,
It would make sense for him to round it up here. He wouldn't go to the Lakers because that would be like going to the Warriors again. He'll get the same kind of.
And you remember he said he didn't want to go back even to them.
He's not
You
doing
get what I'm trying to say? You don't want to deal with Draymond Green. Whatever happened to Jordan Poole? I saw him on a billboard over here.
That's the point. He's on a milk carton somewhere.
Yeah, I was about to say I saw him on a Cola Guard billboard here.
That's terrible.
He was like, "Give a hoot, don't pollute."
Terrible.
Because I can smell it. Oh, it's rancid. Oh yeah, okay. Anyway, before we get out of here, I got one last thing. Gully suggested this about 475 episodes back. But as I saw a post where Adam Silver is considering international format for the 2026 All-Star game. Y'all's thoughts? Then we're going to get out of here and wrap it up and go home.
Excellent idea.
You think so, Brother Rich?
Excellent idea.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the rest of the world already has because of the international presence of Giannis and Luka and Joker and others, they already have a sense of a competitive fire to be able to see that they can beat the American team. Remember, we debate often about the idea of the NBA champions being considered world champions and how disputed that is. And
it's not a dispute. It is not a debate.
It is
just like the GOAT.
All the time.
It's
all
not.
The time. It is absolutely a dispute. And it's absolutely a dispute.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey, don't try to do no turnbuckles talk on me.
No, it is.
Yeah,
it is.
Rick,
It is
Flair, whatever you call yourself is on Monday.
But ideally, being able to showcase the best of the world in a match with the best of America inside of the NBA, because the NBA has the world's best talent, the argument is being made.
Well, it depends on who load managing that week.
For the All-Star game?
I'm just saying.
Well, that's why they're bringing it now. We'll leave it at that.
Oh, okay, got you. Yeah, brother BKL says, of course, Warriors are desperate until they want to stay. Jordan Poole, but Draymond Green say, hell no. You want me to trade? Nah. Hey, listen. At the end of the day, long as KD don't go to LA. And the reason why I brought up the Lakers and whether or not if they would be good for that triangle, look like they had the pieces, but you're right, you got to have the willingness to want to. Because what other moves? They can't make no other moves. They handcuffed,
Very true. They have to trade the first round draft pick, and they're gonna have to trade Austin Reeves.
Okay, got you. To get anything. Okay, yes. Got you. So it really wasn't no need to trade. Because I don't understand that. The Westbrook or the D-Lo 10 times. That's what it seemed like.
Well, Westbrook was the scapegoat. He was the chosen scapegoat at that time. They're not able to be a scapegoat this year. The scapegoat this year is that they didn't have time to gel and .
Oh, okay, got
you. Right.
Okay. Yeah. Well, in the end, I'm looking for it to be a showdown and a throwdown. You understand? In these second rounds of the playoffs. You understand what I'm saying? And too bad we don't do the gone fishing. That's already been taken. You know what I'm saying? No copyright infringements here. But guess what? You ain't got to go home to the LA Lakers, but you got to get that out of here. You know what I'm trying to tell you? And on that note, I leave you with this quote. The future ain't what it used to be. Repeat that. The future ain't what it used to be. That's my man Yogi Berra, Yankees legend. You understand me? Don't play with me. It's been fun, but we got to run. Don't forget to check us out every Thursday at 9:30 on PM side right here on the yard, or y'all can check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, the shop's fan page, and of course YouTube. And please make sure when you're over at the tube, hit that subscribe button. We'd be much obliged. Oh, you can pick up, if you didn't catch our show live, you can go back and watch us on Twitter, YouTube, and the things I just mentioned here, Instagram, right? Things of that nature. But if you're watching us you go back and watch any previous shows on YouTube, make sure when you go to our page, you click the live tab and you see our most recent show. And if that don't work, Google it. For my dudes, Be Rich, y'all. Shout out to Be Rich, Double J, D Gully, and all those who follow and support us. We say thank you. I'm Barbershop Jay, and you've been listening to the Shop Report. And remember, the next time y'all want to know what's really going on, man, come to the shop. Walk-ins are always welcome. Holla at my boy, Brother Rich. Shout out again, baby. Brother, throw that last comment up there, Double J. Don't hide it now. Now you want to show your face. All right, BK is all right. Shout out to Brother BKL. The pink slips for these two guys here. The other guys in the mail. Holla at your boy. And we up out of here. Yeah, deuces. All right, Brother Rich. Holla one time.